Hi everyone, this is Lights Camera Initiative. This week we are playing Tales from the Yawning Portal, the Sunless Citadel. I am your Dungeon Master, Mario Vilas, and around the table are my players. This time, I'm going to throw a little wrench in it and start with David.
I'm David, and I'm playing the human fighter, Grana.
I'm not ready yet.
Oh, I'm Jesse.
I'm Krom Invictus, the wizard.
I am Caitlin. I am Amaron, the elf druid.
I'm Robert. I'm playing Carac, the wood elf ranger. This is Sid. He is drinking a beer. He is playing the dragonborn paladin.
All right, Sterling.
So sauce.
Yes, I am. I'm Ed, playing Squig, the token goblin of the group.
Token. Not every group needs a goblin. Not sure if that made it better or worse. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, last week they had just defeated the vile hobgoblin force and found out that the hunter Balsag was someone Krom knew intimately. Not intimately, but, you know.
That's how we got the name, I mean.
Well, look, it's in the book. I can show you in the book where it says that.
Sounds like a
Are
name.
you saying you named it Balsag?
It sounds like a name
I hate you so
goblins
much.
would have made to make fun of them.
Cheesy, you should just use the name of the book.
Anywho, they decided to barricade the doors and set up watch and do a long rest. Yeah. And lucky for you, apparently none of the goblins think to double back and maybe ambush you because nothing really happens yet. Sleep through the night, recover and lick your wounds, regaining your full HP and spell slots. Yes,
Of course. I was going to ritual cast Unseen Sir and have him set up my tent, and during that long rest, I was actually going to go along with one of the bonds and write down everything I've found in here into the book I have.
Ah, okay. So you're going to take kind of take inventory of the situation.
Yes,
Write down everything you know. I assume you have paper and inks required to do that.
absolutely, in a spare book in my scholarly background.
Yeah. Then you write down the names of all the people you come across and the journey so far. I'll grant inspiration for that since you are acting on your bond and remembering to write. So yeah. The next morning, it's kind of a little hard to tell underground. Although I actually think as a ranger, you can tell a rough estimate of time.
If it's there.
So you actually think it's like mid-afternoon by the time you guys are done resting.
Mm-hmm.
A couple hours of sunlight left. Were you outside? You're not though, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, what do you do? Now that you've woken, performed your daily prayers for any of the, well, for Asura at least, and probably Amaron,
If we do have,
but maybe the rest of you, I don't know.
about how long, because I know you said it would take some time to, using the alchemist kit, changing the water skins of vinegar wine into something that can be usable.
Oh, change it to oil?
Yeah.
I'll say that you can do that to 2 of them. Basically get 2 doses of oil
Okay.
while you wait for other people to prepare spells and such.
Okay.
You are not a caster, at least not till next level anyway.
Does it need any more?
No.
2 doses of oil and call me in the morning.
Yeah, I'll say that. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're proficient in
That sounds
alchemist tools, so I think you have expertise in them.
Yes, I do.
So I'll say you can actually do 3 of them, since you are an expert.
Okay.
All right.
Do you like 3 vials or 3
Yeah,
bottles?
we'll just do 3 vials, right?
Okay.
At least that's the equivalent. The rest of you, what do you do?
I believe Marin had an idea for turning into an owl.
Oh yeah.
You want to scout ahead?
Hoo-hoo.
Okay. Maron calls upon his
Wait.
druidic training to shapeshift into an owl. Yes?
That's a fly speed, though.
Oh yeah, you can't alley out.
Oh,
Ah.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I don't want to be
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that too.
There are things with a climb speed you can try, like a spider.
Or a monkey.
Yeah, monkey's
Or monkey.
low enough, right?
What's a monkey doing in here?
Well, if you're looking for stealth, a spider might be a better option.
They're
But
probably
it's
slower.
up to you.
Do spiders have
Do
leg
whatever you
pressure?
feel like.
I think
They have tremor sense, I think. Or no, I think they should. They have eyes. I don't see why they wouldn't have night vision.
They got 8 goddamn eyes. You'd hope they could see in the dark with one of them.
They mostly stay in the dark, so I'd be very surprised if they didn't.
Mhm. I mean, yeah, most of their sensory stuff is based on their web, but there are a lot of spiders that hunt.
Do you want to climb down as a
webs.
spider and get to take a look around?
Let me see.
Perhaps
Okay.
D&D spiders are 0th level casters. Cast sense, sight, and sound.
Yes. No, they have their own familiars that they look.
They
for.
do have dark vision for 30 feet. Oh. Okay.
Okay, so
Well,
spider.
turn into a spider.
All right. Imran calls upon his druidic training to shapeshift, shifting his form into that of a spider, and climbs down to kind of check out the next area. You climb about, you're about 50 feet down before you can see the ground, so you think it's a total of about an 80-foot drop. So yeah, if someone fell over that, they would definitely not live. Heading into the next area, it's illuminated by luminescent fungus, shedding a sort of violet light. It clings to the walls of a very wide cavern. The air is damp, chilly, and redolent, with the odors of loam and decay. A layer of earth mixed with rotting vegetation and the remains of cave animals cover the floor. Several varieties of mushroom and fungi grow on the detritus, as well as, which you immediately recognize as a few saplings.
Spider. Spider.
That's true. Now, so, of all the saplings that kind of fill up the room, you also notice 2 fully grown twig blights. And, although they're rooted into the ground, and 2 skeletons in robes who are moving through the fungus using shovels and a rusted wheelbarrow to select soil and spread compost. They're just moving back and forth. And
So undead.
I should note they're whistling.
While they work,
Yes. You're not sure how they're whistling?
they ain't got any lips.
Magic.
They're not dooting?
They're not what?
Dooting?
Duding?
You need a instrument or
Yeah.
instrument use.
Sometimes.
Well, they're
you-
whistling.
Sometimes you harvest the root to support the doot.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So yeah, that's what you see.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna spider on out of here.
You're heading back up?
Yeah.
Okay. You climb back up.
I am an inconspicuous spider, don't mind me.
Spider!
As long as these guys don't have arachnophobia, we'll be fine.
Well, they'd have to even see you. I mean, you're a spider.
And they don't have any eyes.
Well, I don't know. Spider might be.
Still see. It's besides the point. You get back up. What do you do?
I'll change back and inform everybody of what I've seen.
Okay. Amaron shapeshifts back and tells you the same description that I gave Caitlin. A large chamber, fungus everywhere, shedding, purple light,
Whistling skeleton.
whistling skeletons and
Was this
robes and
directly
shovels.
That's not
at the
normal.
bottom, or did I have to climb around to get?
You did have to climb around. The chamber's actually really large. It's definitely bigger than the room you're in now.
So they're not directly below the well.
In fact, you couldn't see any from up here. Even if you did have more than 60-foot vision, they're down and then out.
Didn't know skeletons could whistle.
Me neither. I mean, they don't have lips.
Hmm.
Or lungs.
Probably.
I've also never heard
Perhaps
of.
it's the work of black magic.
Well, that makes
You
sense.
don't need
Yeah.
you don't need lips to whistle, but you do need lungs.
Okay.
I mean, that would make sense. I've never heard of
don't have
skeletons
lungs,
really caring for
how do
anything.
they doot?
Because it sounds like they're gardening for those plants that we've been coming across, ones that have been attacking us.
Yes. Also quite curious.
Is there a knowledge roll I can make for a whistling skeleton who's doing a profession?
Why would you?
More advanced
I
enemy
guess
than
knowledge
undead?
religion.
Or like know if they're like a summon or something's controlling them.
21.
Skeletons are actually smarter than a lot of people give them credit for. They are capable of like being given tasks and doing them. They're not mindless.
Okay.
The ones you came across earlier were probably just commanded to attack on sight. But
These ones are told to garden.
And probably attack on sight.
Alright. Makes sense. How many commands can the skeleton usually have at a time?
well, the thing is, they're not like animal intelligence. In game mechanic terms, skeletons have 6 intelligence.
Okay.
So they're dumb, but they can be like, they're only a little dumber than your average like orc.
They're smarter than your average bear.
Yes, by
By
like
far.
4 points.
Yeah.
That's not a
They are
small
3
amount.
times as smart as your average bear.
Alright.
Unless bears have an into 1, and they're 6 times as intelligent as you. That's a rich bear. So you know those skeletons down there?
I only have 50 feet of rope, so we're gonna have to tag.
You can use the vines.
Oh, okay.
The vines are perfectly climbable.
The
Like
vine-
they're overgrown and they've kind of knotted together.
Did
In
they
fact,
go
they'd be
all-
easier to climb down than a rope. It's like
Is it
it's like
not-
Zelda. It's like the vines in
I got you.
the Deku Tree.
Oh.
However, if we
Anyway.
don't want to trust the vines, I also have 50 feet of rope.
Same.
But is it an athletics check?
With it
No,
right
it's
in
sturdy
the-
enough that you can just climb down at half your speed.
Cool.
And they go all the way down?
Yeah, they go all the way down.
Both the doors in the room
It's
that we're
probably
in
how people get back.
lead back to places we've already been, right?
No. The door that the goblins went through leads to the room that Squig peeked in and saw all the goblins hanging out.
Yeah, and we barred all the doors into there that we came across.
I mean, you can go in there if you want.
But you didn't see anything valuable in there, though, right, Squig?
No, it was just a goblin village. I
And
mean,
to be
unless-
fair, you did only just look in.
Okay.
to my knowledge. Son.
Do you want to double back and check it out?
If it won't take long, we could try and grab whatever's in there.
Okay. Then yeah, unless anyone stops Carac, you double back into the goblin, the place where the tribe was. Okay. There are scones along the wall that are covered in the violet glowing fungus. Probably what they use in place of torches. And when you look, so there is one bedroll that looks a little better than the rest of them. Looking through it, you find a healer's kit and a poisoner's kit.
Alright.
There is also a pile of
The healer's kit isn't used. It still has its 10 charges.
yeah.
Okay.
Additionally, roll me perception, and anyone else who's looking can roll me perception as well.
I'd probably go back with them just in case there was any problems there.
If anyone's looking, roll perception. Kark?
15. Because
Okay.
Also 15.
Also 15? Then don't worry, the rest of you. Kark,
Sorry, 17. Yeah.
you find a gate statue, assuming I'm pronouncing that right. I actually don't know. That weird green rock.
Agate?
I got you.
Is it agate?
Yeah.
Okay. An agate statue of the that has an elven face upon it. What god do you worship?
I wanted to worship Solonor or Thadra or whatever, but he is. Yeah, I'll say I worship him.
Okay. And you're from Faerun originally, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you recognize it as a statue of Corwin Lothlarian, or Lothian. And you, Ashura, find a chain shirt fit for a medium creature.
Is that different from chainmail?
It's medium armor, so a downgrade for you, but it might be an upgrade for one of the two medium armor wearers.
Yeah. That's
Well, that would be too big for me, right?
Yes, you're small, so it wouldn't fit you. So it'd basically be an upgrade for Carac.
Okay.
Additionally, if the people keeping track of the loot want to write it down, looking it over, the statue's probably worth about 30 gold. Additionally, there is a small pile. I keep saying additionally too much, whatever. Additionally, there is a small pile of just kind of generic gear. Some of which was grabbed and like taken away, but if you want to pull like a club or some arrows or some bolts from it, it says basically it's a pile of stuff worth no more than 5 gold.
I'd like to see if I can scrounge
So
up some
if you want to
extra
scrounge up
bolts.
some bolts, you can do that. If anyone wants to scrounge up some arrows or extra ammunition or like a quarterstaff, just like
God, that'd be just like a staff for me, wouldn't it?
It's not what quarterstaff
It's
means.
a whole staff for you. It might even be a staff and a half.
Who has proficiency in
Medium armor.
medium armor? I mean, he has heavy armor. Squig has.
He has
I'm a
medium
small
armor
creature.
proficiency,
Oh yeah, but he can't fit it.
but he can't. Yeah. So it'd literally only be for you.
Yeah.
So if you want it, you can take it.
Oh, Jake, yeah, I guess. I lowered my AC by 1, but I don't have disadvantage on stealth anymore. So.
Okay. Oh, but it lowered your AC by 1?
Yeah, so it's 17 with the shield, 15 without. So probably gonna hit more.
You have this thing called a bow. If you manage to
Yeah.
keep out of enemies' faces, it'll do wonders for you not getting hit.
Yes, I know that.
Do you want me to throw down a roll to find bolts in the pile?
No, that's fine. I'll say you find 15 bolts in the pile.
Okay. I'm restocked.
Okay. Additionally, in that room, there is a door that you have not gone through. That if you open, it is probably where those goblet bandits came from. It still has a couple just gross stuff, but a couple of water skins full of that horrible goblin wine.
Just more things that I can turn into oil I can just take.
Okay. And you get 2 more of those. That is everything on this floor that you haven't checked out though. So now that is out of the way. I'm sure very thrilling for just like, yeah, going back and looking at stuff. This is what I stay tuned in for.
Sorry.
Hey!
No, it's fine. I'm just
Sometimes we gotta
messing.
scavenge.
Anyway,
What are adventurers if not just scavengers?
mercenaries, heroes.
Menace.
That's
Thanks, Jonah. You're welcome. I want pictures. Pictures of Carac.
Huh?
Yeah.
No idea.
So
But
you
I was
double.
the Spider-Man.
Fine, pictures of Eberron. You double back towards the well, and what do you do?
I believe we should descend well.
Okay. Who's going down first? Or are you all going down at once? And, I mean, there's enough room that you can all climb down.
I'm willing to go down.
Okay.
alright.
Alright, you all begin climbing down. Are you trying to sneak down?
No. Will that make us go even slower?
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
I would, but if the other people aren't going to, I'm not going to. Then.
How far away were the skeletons were from?
Well, the skeletons are moving around the room, so you're not
Oh.
going to know until you go down there.
Fair. Screw it. I'm fine with just going down regular.
Okay.
There we go.
You guys descend, not making any effort to hide your movements. Anyway, so as the group of you hit the ground, having successfully crawled all the way down the vines, the skeletons turn and notice you and then go back to gardening. However, the twig blights pull themselves out of the ground, snap their woody maws at you, and rush forward. I need initiative from the group of you. Starting with, since we started reverse this time, I'm going to continue reverse. Grenna.
9.
Krom. 8. Amaron.
7.
18.
Carac.
23.
Asura.
6.
And Squig.
4.
This is amazing. Carac, you go first. Now, I will note that as the twig things pull up and start to move towards you, the skeletons who had gone back to one of them's pouring dirt and compost stops, turns towards the group of you, drops the dirt from their shovels, and starts moving towards you.
Oh, okay. Twig blights were the trigger for them carrying off.
Take care of the twig blights.
However, Carac is action first. I should note the Reese's Pieces are the skeletons, the M&Ms are the blights.
Just put them to sleep and we'll replant them and the
I
skeletons will leave
don't
us
think I
alone.
can put the twig blights to sleep.
They're pretty alien.
What is
compared to
death if not the long sleep?
That's...
There you go. That's a buff to sleep. If the creature can't be put to sleep, it just does damage.
Also, are you?
No. I just said that for funsies. If they're referencing something.
I thought you were watching some old detective movie, and I was like, that was classy, but surprising. I don't think that's a reference you would make. It's called The Long Sleep. It's an old Bogart thing.
I didn't do it on purpose, but probably heard
I
that.
think Stern's dad had that once when I was over there.
It's a good one.
It looked interesting.
No, it's good. Carac.
So I will attack one of the twig blights. I got a 24 to hit and 4 for damage with my bow.
4 to hit and 4 for damage. Which took one? Just one.
Whichever one is closer.
So this is a giant
Huge open area.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there are plants in the ground and stuff, but there's nothing small enough to hide behind.
So 5 twig blights and 2 skeletons?
Yep.
Okay.
So that brown one is closest to us?
Yes.
Okay.
Brown one's the one closest to you. You're targeting that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Can I also have casted 100 strike before I did this?
Yes.
Oh,
Just
okay. Alright.
So you're going to Hunter's Mark that one, and okay. Now explain. Tell me again exactly what Hunter's Mark.
It gives an extra, I think it's a D8, but it could be a D6 right now.
The damage.
Yeah, on the damage against that enemy in particular, and then it's a bonus action to cast, and then if it dies, I can re-target something else with it.
All right. So yeah, then roll the extra d6 for the Hunter's Mark.
Does it stay on for the turn, or is it just the attack?
No, it's persistent.
Oh, jeez. So you can just keep doing big monster.
6, so 10 damage total.
Okay. Calling upon your magic, you mark the twig blight with your Hunter's Mark. Draw your arrow, and where are you aiming at on it in particular?
I guess it's face instead of mashing it.
You knock an arrow through its head, out the back. It falls to pieces and is destroyed.
Don't throw. I take it. See,
Oh, wow.
it's alright. I'll think of
You
that.
can just
It's
toss it, it's
actually
fine.
useful.
Yeah, that one is defeated. It is now.
Did you ever happen to hit that one?
If I asked Mario who's got the highest initiative in the pack that one, it would have been kind of metagaming.
Emerald, one of the twig blights rushes up and attempts to claw you.
Does it suck?
However, it misses, striking against your armor.
I have plot armor?
You don't know if you have problem.
Prove it.
It'll
You
prove
want me to
itself.
kill you?
Ah! But that's not damage, though. That's just death.
It reminds me of that meme where the cleric walks up to the rogue and is like, it's good that you're making a tombstone with those last words on it as is tradition of this town. And the rogue moves away and the tombstone says, what are you gonna do, stab me? Yeah, that's pretty good. One of these skeletons with the shovel moves up to Grenna before it says, hey, I actually left my skin home. You mind if I borrow yours? And swings it at your neck.
Bulk.
He needs your skin.
Of course I got out like 5 d8s, but not a single d6. Dealing 2 damage as it manages to find purchase between your armor and strike it in the shoulder. Emerald, it's your turn.
I am going to use that. I'm going to save the tree on one of the dragon.
Okay. Roll it.
It's
Yeah, it does. And let me know where you're aiming. If everyone could just let me know.
Oh yeah.
Rip and tear.
I'll be going with claws for this. 2.
Emerald shifts his claws into vicious points dripping with acid as he reaches into the thing's wooden center and pulls apart wood and burns at it with the dripping acid, dealing damage and causing the twig blight to shriek a most horrible noise.
I didn't like that.
Did you make that?
Just,
No!
I don't know how
Just
to
short.
crochet.
You forgot you don't.
I'm not sure you remember they have a range that
I know how to crochet.
This one moves
I
over
just
here,
don't know
but doesn't
how.
attack because it has this multiple gun.
That-
It is now Grenna's turn.
I can do a chain. I can do a single stitch chain.
Grenna will yell with a rest with
Okay.
her warhammer.
Which basically just means I can endlessly go forward.
Okay.
So how do you
I'm not.
50 days.
I sort of know how
That
to
is-
do that. Sick. That's why it's all underneath.
And will remark, my skin is not for you, vile weapon of sorcery. Thwarted. 6 damage.
20 damage.
It just keeps going up. I don't know what's happening.
Good, I keep forgetting about these bonuses. Every time I add an even number, I get to add another even number. It's a very weird, specific bonus I can do this for.
Look, David, in this damage economy, the best I'm going to be able to do for you is 3. I'm going to have to do a lot of work into describing how the attack hits. And really, at this point, I'm losing damage doing that.
Could you at least meet me in the middle and do
No.
4.5?
No, 3's the highest I can go. But I mean, you know, you can always go to another DM and see if they're willing to give you 4. But honestly, I really doubt it. I'm doing you a favor.
It's not the damage that I want, but I really want to beat this end. And it could be worse. Deal.
Cool. Huh. What the fuck? Oh, I'm done. It's okay, guys. I'm just dumb as hell. And how much damage you say you did? 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Just remember that. I'm gonna post it back or something. Your blade slashes into him, hitting. Or no, you were doing the warhammer. Okay, sorry.
Because we got.
You strike into his chest with the warhammer, knocking out fragments of bone and leaving him gasping for air. He is not defeated, but he is severely wounded.
Wait, they're wearing clothes, right?
Rose.
So how do we know they don't have arms?
Well, you're just guessing. It's now Krom's turn.
I'm going to target the twig blight you Palin targeted earlier.
Okay.
With a firebolt in center of mass.
Okay.
His favorite color.
It was a very low number. 9. 9 to hit.
That's a miss, unfortunately.
Okay.
Is it because the green one's the sexy lady one?
The buttons near me are both green.
I'm
I'm not attacking the
it was
far
your
one.
favorite color.
You miss, you hit the ground.
Wow.
Some of the brush starts to ignite. And that is your turn.
Which chunks face doing Too productive.
Carac, one of the twig blights runs up and attempts to like tackle into your midsection, clawing. It does so, managing to connect for a successful. I can get this D4 out, see what change this. For a successful 5, I think. Yeah, successful 5 piercing as it stabs into your stomach and navel area. Okay. Sure, it's your turn.
21 to hit.
That hits.
I will smash this fish.
That's disgusting.
Right, so. Wait. I thought this was the brown fish. And the
The Reese's big
Yeah,
ones.
there's definitely with the shovel on the target. Like that, we're kind of changing it to that. This one? Oh, yes.
That's
21 still hits. Okay. 6.
8 damage.
And where are you swinging at?
Smashing.
You bring your mace over, smash it on the head, and cause it to just crumble and die.
You just want to make the joke about smashing the bush, didn't you?
Oh, really? Is that all you're thinking about? Get your mind out of gutter.
Asura, bush smasher.
That's what I was.
But in some previous time we moved
The bushwhacker.
You know how much dragons are into maidens?
That's true. So, that's that.
No,
Squig, it's your turn.
Make us criminal this time.
I forgot.
There, I did my best to emulate. Jesse, yours comes off more serial killer. I'm gonna be really honest.
If only-
Just a little bit.
It was like more shiny.
If only there was a
And not like panty dropping Ted Bundy serial killer, as in if you've been on Twitter at all and you see people talk about how hot Zac Efron is Ted Bundy, only that people go off and say he killed 30 women. Stop it!
It's even weirder if you listen to, like, my roommate was listening to the cuts from the documentary, and it's just a bunch of women being like, but he was so handsome.
I know, yeah, no, it's emulating real life, which I think is funny. Squig.
Really? Oh, okay. Huh. I'm surprised. There's nothing I can do that I put multiple of them. Which is unfortunate. However, I'm not going to use crossbow. It takes negative the close range, correct?
Yeah. But remember, you can use your bonus to withdraw and shoot if you want.
It does do more damage. I think we're going to do that. I'm going to disengage to around here.
Okay.
2 squares away. And pull out the light crossbow. Take a shot at it.
Unfortunately, that misses. You shoot a little high, hit the wall behind it, which brings it around to. The other skeleton drum moves up, and this one attempts to swing its shovel at Grenna, and he says, "I apologize for the other guy. He's all funny bone."
It is just the terrible joke skeletons. One of them can only tell puns, and the other can only tell.
Also puns.
Well, it wasn't really a pun. It was to
Bad
borrow the
joke.
skin.
Unfortunately, this one hits as well, dealing 6 damage as he slashes at your arm with his rusty shovel.
One can only tell short jokes, the other can only tell
Ah, new
jokes.
stat sales. Tetanus.
It's not catchy enough.
Yeah.
That is turn, so it's going to go back to Carac. Real quick.
Only one of the, well, they're not set, but they're reinforcements.
Yes, 3d6 per turn.
More experience.
Ooh. That's what's important here.
Ah, that is essentially the same as those people that we can't get to.
Well,
One of them, anyway. That essentially.
Hopefully over.
Coming down from a northern chamber are 3 large rats and a large furry goblinoid wearing kind of simple like leather and hide armor, very fat and muscular and holding a javelin. Krom recognizes him even after all these years. It's Balsag.
The bugbear.
He peers out from behind the corridor before, like, kind of urging his rats forward and saying in Goblin, and he says, Krom, I've always wanted to eat you. Grit, Fang, Tear, go!
quick, fang and tear.
Grip, Fang, and Tear.
Grip, fang, tear.
It was not very clever.
My spider sense is wondering about this.
You're not a spider anymore.
Oh, you, man, shut up. I'm sitting here thinking you're serious.
Well, it's because spiders have Trevor's sense, so they actually have. How you doing?
Actually,
Unless.
Spiders have an early warning system known as eyes.
No, there are some that just the spider
Humans
sense
have-
that he has. They can just detect
But spiders have an ear.
Focus and air
plus
pressure.
one for every the small jumping spiders, right?
But people can
People
recognize the
do it
difference
too.
in air pressure, just not as strong.
Also, they have like those final division hairs.
But if you ever like feel someone's behind you and you turn around and they are,
Yeah.
that's mostly you like feeling air pressure and stuff, just not really recognizing it because we don't rely on touch to like feel our surroundings out that often. Because why the fuck would we? Yeah, we have eyes and hearing and smell.
That's why you'll never be Daredevil.
And that's why I never Daredevil in there without fear. Okay, so it is Carac's turn first, but I should know as Balsag says this, he hucks a javelin.
You know, I was about to ask, could he reach it? He's a bugbear. Of course he reaches. Good strength
You know,
score.
deep down I was kind of hoping 20, but I really am not.
So was I.
It was really one of those situations that we would have been fine with either way.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be so mad.
What if that
It
hits?
pales a skeleton.
Oh my god, yeah. Damn it, Krom. The javelin goes soaring through the air and barely misses your head by like an inch. It strikes into the stone and goes in like half the length of the metal part of the javelin. So it's more like, ah, shit.
If that was
Your life flashed
that would've
before
been
your
something.
eyes in like a second. You were like, yeah.
Yeah, he was aiming for that spot. He didn't want to hit Krom at all.
Carac, it's your turn.
So he's taking a turn though, right?
Well, yeah, he's gonna take a turn, but he took his surprise turn of showing up and throwing a javelin at Balsag and missing. By one. Missing by one. Or yeah, sorry.
You're Balsag.
Missing Krom by one.
I'm gonna shift my hunter's mark to Balsag or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that twig guy.
You're gonna zero in on the Balsag?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
We're adults.
Yeah.
I'm an adult.
I'm gonna shoot my longbow at him, obviously. Does
I'm an adult. I hate children.
20
My knee barely works. That means I'm an adult, right?
23 to hit?
23 to hit Balsag?
Yeah.
That hits.
And
Bastard.
Was there
13 for
requirements
damage.
being
Ooh.
children? Because apparently I've been adult
That's a
since a
D6, right?
oh,
child.
that's not the D. That's not including the D6.
Oh, God.
19 for damage.
Oh God!
And where were you in?
Center mass.
19?
Yes.
Okay, so, seeing the javelin thrown across the room, Carac decides that's dangerous. Notches an arrow, fires it straight into Balsag's chest. It hits, manages to go halfway in. He roars in anger before ripping it out and pulling it to the ground in frustration. He is very mad and is bleeding quite heavily. Ooh,
That was nice damage.
yeah, he probably, he's definitely not looking at Krom anymore.
You're clear.
You
Whatever your
protected the
spells.
squishy wizard.
Emerald, the twig is trying to
There's
attack
twigs on
you.
either side of me, so.
Tell it to eat shit.
Tell it yourself.
It eats shit!
It's a plant, probably.
Oh, come on. Why?
It does.
You were talking all that mad shit about not getting hit earlier, and the dice is just like 8, 4.
It continues.
This
Or we wait.
twig totally misses Emerald, swinging at nothing but air. It is now the very wounded skeleton, which moves to
usually
flank Grenna
talk shit,
and
get hit.
swings its shovel. And because it has flanked, it does so with advantage.
I'll enjoy it while it lasts.
and manages to hit, dealing 5 damage as it swings at your leg, bashing up your leg some more. This is a more bludgeoning weapon, so it's more just like.
Yeah, I've been hit by a bat before. It's a pretty good description.
No.
Emron, it's not. Sorry. My bad.
See, the kids in Little League kind of just want to throw the bat after hitting.
Is it a mutant rat or like a regular rat?
It's one of the big rats. It's one of the rats from here.
Like big white rats, but not white.
Yeah, kind of.
Big white rat was
Like the regular big rat.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not.
It's not one of the big mama fucking blind rats.
Okay.
It's just big.
Yeah, it's just big, and appears to be a little healthier than the rest of them.
probably better trained too. Actually trained.
Has a master that feeds it, probably. Probably.
It eats confidence.
They probably do.
Emron, it's your turn.
I am gonna savagery that twig blight.
Emron's just in the one-on-one. Come on, you little tree.
I'm gonna bite the hell out of its face.
Flying for assists every now and then. Oh, man.
Fuck!
It would have done a lot of damage if it hit, but
It would've.
What'd you get?
she rolled max for damage, but a 1 to hit.
Oh. You bite at the air, causing acid to spray out on the ground, but the twig blight to be unaffected. As it is now.
That's what I wanted to roll the damage with it, but for efficiency's sake.
So, 2 things
Oh,
happen.
look
The
at what
first
he's
is that
done.
this twig blight, having seen you summon the mystic flame Krom, attempts to attack you again.
No.
And hits,
No.
slashing into your thigh for 3 damage.
Oh.
Additionally,
No.
all side moves. Hoisted up a javelin up, looks at you,
Oh yeah.
and he says, "You're dead, you little elf!" Ah! And flings it at you.
Snake you into pudding!
Yeah.
You will do.
That's gonna be like our
I
number
don't want
one
to.
worry now is who's gonna turn us into pudding.
Yeah. I wanted to worry about being turned.
If I'm gonna be a meal, I don't want it to be pudding.
What would you want to be?
A roast.
Yeah. I'd just be worried if they kill you first. I would not want to be a roast while alive.
Oh no.
Well, preferably, I guess, like raw by a wild animal.
So he lifts his javelin and he flings it at Carac as hard as he can. It strikes into, through his arm for 10.
Oh. And he yanks him up in the chain.
That'd be
Don't
awesome.
give him ideas.
Oh,
Laughing
That would
at
be
me.
sweet, actually.
That
Just
would-
being like,
No, drag him through
I
spike
guess I
burst
should
and
get out
stuff.
my one-on-one with
That would be
this
so
with-
cool.
No, you
Like
can multi-class,
class, like
like
some
one.
type of
You
druid.
wouldn't
to
just
set it
that ranger gets spike
Oh,
broke.
right, I have a
So
bonus
when he
action.
works, you start pulling him over spike broken and chain terrain and he's skewered. A land-based version of Keel Hollow, if you will.
I would be pretty sad.
What do you do with a drunken sailor?
Shave his belly with a
Granite.
rusty razor.
So
I'd
is
say
that the
four.
captain's on?
Kill any of her assaults on this, which I believe to be the more wounded of the 2 skeletons.
The song's about Keel Hollow.
Like it is.
Well, you also shave their belly with a rusty
well, the other one's not hurting also.
You do a lot of terrible things, Sam.
Oh, yeah. 23 to hit.
That is. We have 2 players' handbooks.
Yeah, there are 2. I don't know if they go over there.
2
This one
hands.
behind you. And hand the one behind you to Rob.
For 8 damage.
For 8 damage, you swing your Morning Star down, hitting it where? Where the enemy?
Warhammer.
Warhammer, sorry.
Another face shot.
You swing it into the thing's face, stopping its laughing and chattering by breaking its head into pieces. It falls to the ground defeated, so that one is dead. Actually, this one's not injured. That one was injured.
Oh, okay.
Additionally, due to, I'm sure I don't have to remind you, but due to Great Weapon Master, you can make an extra attack with the bonus action if you want.
As I would.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm just making sure.
Those are good. These skeletons out of my first one.
Twig blight, 2 rats.
Yes.
Okay. Did that one get a turn?
I think I skipped this.
12 to hit.
Yeah, actually 12 to hit.
Yeah.
That hits.
Say. 14 damage.
How are you swinging with this one?
I think this one's good. Probably smelled if you can be center
Look
mass.
down its knees.
So you smash the first one's head, completely destroying it. Then you swing with both hands. I should do both hands motion, whatever. As you knock all of its chest bones and rib cage out of its body, causing its spine to just kind of fall to the ground. Honestly, it looks like some Mortal Kombat shit. You just exploded into bone chunks everywhere.
11. Stellar.
The world's weirdest game of croquet.
And it was.
Yeah, what's that?
That's why it's the world's weirdest game.
Except for the
Okay.
lights.
Yeah.
And motherfucking.
So it is now Krom's turn.
I want to cast the spell Squig Bottlebreaker. It's got a really low health.
Maybe.
Really. It's a lot of ones. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. So 10 health in total.
We killed Sid.
Balsag have 10 health since the target's lowest. I figured he might be pretty low.
First and then roll over.
It's not bad, Mark.
I can't believe
That's how it works.
I know, right? That's amazing.
Yeah.
Out of 5.
4 ones and a 6.
So the rat falls asleep, but Balsag manages to shake it off. And
Go
it's
figure.
not.
But you still have grease.
Oh,
We still got the oil.
You should grease the pathway.
The grease spell was
not
10,
much.
but
Yeah,
we have oil.
okay. It is now.
Well,
And actually, you guys can still move and stuff.
That's one of the attacks up to them.
Fair enough. Did you want to move?
Sure.
There
You still can.
Isn't the end just right
Actually, you know what? I won't. They're probably gonna come to me anyway.
It is now after Krom's turn. I think it's Ashura's turn. It is. So there's a twig blight right next to you, and then a twig blight right next to you. These two are rats. That's Balsag. This is the twig blight that it's having one on one with Emerald. And this is a sleeping rat. In case you need a little reminder.
I will just look in front of me.
Not for the green one,
This is reminding me of that one.
Yes.
Yeah, that.
Okay. So you're switching to that one, and where are you?
Well, since it's still bush, I guess I'll just keep trying to stop it out with my mace.
Okay. So
26 to hit.
that hits.
Me and the enemy teams could not hit each other for like 5 rounds in a row.
That was hilarious.
I need this to not happen.
Take 11 damage.
11 damage. Okay. Swinging your mace with great might, you cause it to splinter into nothing more than splinters. It explodes out in wood pieces. It is destroyed. So yeah, that one's gone. There's now Squig's turn.
I just wish I had the.
Oh wait, no.
Human
You're being
trade.
attacked by this one. Squig, it's your turn. Because the twig blight that attacks you, Ashura, this one right here, misses. And hits only armor.
Okay. This one's kind of distracting now, so I'm gonna steps over here, fire that spell. No, I just think
I'm trying to steal people's armor.
Too bad it's not a butter tender. Otherwise, never
You don't just throw it on it.
or about it.
I was thinking about it, but there are people that are hurt, and if the person feels distracted with combat, they can't.
I think he was a bonus action.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That's pretty useful.
So I'm gonna attack it anyway. I want to ram it
Instead of going for the crossbow, I'm gonna get close and go for the hammer. So she can just look at him. Aye. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna go step right here and toss a chemical fire right there. Oh yeah, well, just that right.
The rats though.
I don't think they have that big of a dex bonus.
One of them dodges, one of them does not. Give me a damage roll.
D6. 3.
One of the rats is burned by the fire, squeaking, snarling.
Squall.
Squonk. Yes.
Squonk.
The other one, however, dodges. A rat would go, but it is asleep, so it goes back around to Carac's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot what's his face again because he's an asshole.
What's his nuts?
Also, just the big strike here.
Yeah.
He
also has
actually
beard
is. What's
names.
his nuts?
Oh, no.
I've been waiting for like 5 sessions for that.
14 does not hit, does it?
Not with that attitude.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No, 14 does not hit.
Alright.
Wait, 14 does hit.
Oh,
shit.
10 damage then.
Probably just more armor.
10 damage?
10 damage.
Okay.
Yeah, where are you aiming at?
We'll say upper leg.
Alright, an arrow strikes him through the leg, putting him down, yelping and hollering.
Damage so far.
As he bleeds out and dies.
Good.
Oh, never mind.
Now
That's about to say.
There you go.
Enjoy the sweet labor of victory.
Mm.
You enjoying mounting down in Balsag?
That is, you know what I miss about
Really?
playing my
think
board?
about-
Was insulting people to death.
Oh, is killing people with vicious mockery.
Yeah.
That's sad. Sad and depressing.
And you smell wasted.
No.
That is so funny when they just lay down like, I'm so sad, I'm gonna just die.
You turn them into the ugliest barnacle.
Damn.
But they're not.
No.
That's
Everybody
totally
else
everybody
dies.
else dies.
So you turn yourself into the ugly barnacle.
No, but my
No,
party
it
members
was
stay alive.
everyone died.
That also includes the ugliest barnacle. So. Anyway, it is now the twig that is locked in a vicious duel with Emerald.
Can it break the streak? Can it hit the elven blur?
With a 26 maybe.
Can it hit the elven blur?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck you. Like, I killed me so many times. I hate it.
Paul Blart, all out.
Isn't Team Fortress 2?
It misses, striking against your shield.
The
And
blur continues to streak around.
by 1.
Again.
So mad. I shouldn't have checked. Like, I double checked how much it added because I assumed it added an amount, and I checked and it added 1 less, and I was like, no, I should have just not checked. It's now Emerald's turn. Or wait,
Alright.
no, sorry.
Right, the rat.
This rat moves up and attacks
Oh,
Carac
rats.
for having
Yay.
killed its master.
Are you? Jesse?
What?
I
Well,
accidentally kicked Sid and I apologized and then put my foot back. I didn't realize it was your leg.
However, this rat, you quickly move out of the way, and it snaps at nothing but air. It is now a monster.
Alright.
Try it again.
Mother.
Damn it. I don't know.
11! As a bonus action, I will heal Carac.
Okay.
I'm using a Balm of Astoria for it, so I'll just roll my 1d6 here.
Okay.
And you get 1 temporary hit point. 3.
Alright.
Alright, cool. It's now.
I should stop rolling
Emerald.
these together. That's when I stop being able to
Emerald
roll.
slashes at the twig blight, but manages to miss. This twig blight just being too squirrely for him to handle. He splits his focus, however, and heals some of Carac's wounds using a summer court magic that he has learned from his time with
So
the Fae.
people watching us just see us being like, ha ha!
Yeah. She fired, and then she missed. Then she fired again, and then she missed.
Then I missed. He is now.
Can't hit shit.
So it's the curse of 100% of the shots you don't take, they were half right.
Why are you doing this to me?
It's your curse. You
My
can't,
gay dice.
You can't,
Carac.
You can't be hit.
Again?
One of them moves up and attempts to attack you, but
By the time I pull the
unfortunately,
demon into
this
a
one is
pit.
way
You really
off.
are.
You don't even have to move.
Well, technically, you can still
It just
the
misses.
pit.
I got you. I'm standing there and staring at it like, whoa.
I hit sometimes, and then I'm like, 2 damage, and I'm like, but it's a d10.
No, it's a stage.
You could give me a roll.
Oh, right.
It is
I
now.
roll hilariously low.
Dreaming cheese.
Granda, it's your turn.
Probably a flesh, I'd say.
Dream in a pocket cheese. No, remember the song befriended the one at the very beginning. I gave him pocket
Greta will
cheese.
switch from Warhammer to Great Sword.
And then I have
Soul.
cheese in his pocket.
Into a life, like
Okay.
Oh, to go with the wine he makes. That's why.
Ooh,
24.
2.
that's a hit.
Hey, how come all
I
your
think it's
rations
just
are
Sid
like
and
crackers and
David are
cheese?
stealing Phelan's ability to roll any dice successfully.
Oh.
Because everyone only manages to roll like 10, and they only manage to roll above 20.
Chest slash.
I've rolled really well
13
before.
Chest slash, and you were attacking.
Wasn't
Rat?
it usually just with Rose?
I thought this was a twig
I
blight.
almost said Rose.
If it's rat, my bad.
So, more like backslash, since the chest is.
That rolled better. Maybe do that.
You cut across its back with your greatsword, viciously ripping into it, dealing damage, and more importantly, destroying it as you sever its spine and causing blood to just fly out everywhere. So you can eat that one, and you can take your bonus action attack if you wish.
I will in fact advance upon the red carpet that is its leftover viscera and assault its comrade.
Move one more, flank, and have just
What's going on with my room?
I'll do it now. Back up. 20.
Okay, that hits.
Oh, wow. That's not
15.
How you swinging at this one?
This one will just be a downward thrust.
Okay, so you slash at the first one, stepping past it, gaining, flanking the rat between you and Asura. You stab down, stabbing this one through the back. It attempts to pull itself away from the blade, but it cannot, as it squeaks and dies. Two rats are defeated. It is now Krom's turn.
Twig blight. Listen. Alright.
No!
13?
Which twig blight were you talking about?
Mine.
Mine! No, there's the other orange one.
Yeah, because this one's a twig blight too.
But that one's closer to the hitting distance.
I think this one's
Firebolt
also,
has like 100-foot
No,
range.
no, like it can hit him.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. You said you rolled what?
13.
13. That does hit.
Oh, 8 damage.
I am surprised.
It explodes in a blast
You
of flame.
motherfucker!
So Ed didn't steal your thing. What?
Don't
He
even.
doesn't eat sugar.
Oh yeah. Why me though? She was the one that did damage.
To spite her.
Oh, right.
The fact that you actually ate it is the worst. You could have just given it to her.
No, I wouldn't have eaten it out of spite.
Oh,
The reason,
Despite
despite
her.
her, the
Oh,
co-op disrespect.
Wow.
So if
These guys are
someone's
awesome.
gonna team up, I gotta help them out a little bit, even if it's to spite someone else. Caitlin's an adult, she'll be fine.
I would have been not eating it out of spite anyway, so
Wow.
spite all around.
You guys are super adults here. We're all super adults. Anyway.
I really believed
alright,
I was gonna hit it this time.
You probably would have.
I rolled an 8 twice.
Stay tuned.
Yeah,
Camera
so
Initiative Civil War.
you probably would have hit it this
We'll
time.
make really sustained.
This one attacks you, Asura. And misses. Not even. You don't even have to do anything. Just.
Spreads out
I mean,
off
damn,
this
all I have to do
space.
is roll
Now,
7.
Asura's turn.
I will attack the twig friend.
Okay.
9.
That does not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Nope. For the future, as long as you don't move out of their space, you don't move the task opportunity. So what you could do, move down here, and then over here, and over here, and you'll be flanking, and thus have advantage. So you get to roll twice. So do you want to do that?
Flanking is really
If I'm allowed to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
you can
saying,
do
so you know for the future. I mean, you can do it now, but I'm just
As
explaining.
long
so
as
you
an
know.
enemy is on the other, an ally is on the other side of an enemy. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And you don't leave their secondary. You're fine. Or even critical.
Oh,
Boy, James, that's
27
twice.
crit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Alright, how many was that again?
You roll 2d6.
Double your damage dice.
Just the dice, not the number.
12.
You, and how are you attacking it? Same as before, just crushing it.
Well, I guess I'll just like do a swing. Like a,
You swipe out.
kind of like a, what's that game? Polo? Is it? Horseback.
with the hand.
Oh, polo, yeah. Okay. You swing it like a polo mallet and knock its head off of its shoulders, destroying it.
Polo it.
So yeah, the last rat is asleep. You know what I realized would probably be a better idea than maybe that doesn't have wrapper? Is stuff like now later and starters, so that they're wrapped.
And they're flat.
Yeah.
No, also should.
In fact, we should do that instead.
Starburst be
Small Starburst, small wrapped candies. As much as I love these, and I do. Makes more sense.
I guess
Maybe fun size. Like
do all the melee people want to just surround that rat and all the rage
Well, for
people
boss
prepare?
so I like Starburst.
Honestly, just one. If you attack a sleeping
It's my
monster,
favorite candy aside from red
just
mines.
need one.
And until we start fighting dragons, I can't realistically put down
Oh,
the
it's just a free crit.
Oh god,
I
I
thought it was
still
just
need
roll
a
with
Snicker
advantage.
song.
You die.
Oh.
So,
If we're attacking that right now, almost guaranteed.
yeah, all the enemies are defeated.
All right.
What are you gonna do now?
We gotta count that one as dead because
Well, you can go over and kill it if you want, or
But
do
it's-
something else to it.
it's asleep. It's not like it can defend
No, I
itself.
can't defend itself. You can walk up and just, if you want.
Might as well.
Experience.
I'm gonna do so.
That baby!
King me.
Well,
Bitch.
I guess that's just nature.
Hey, giant rats in the dungeon.
Look, you want to eat it. You really.
I've befriended them before.
With
Doesn't
magic.
matter.
Ah, but that wasn't in the dungeon.
I can make friends with
That was
magic.
outside of the
I got charm person.
It's still just a
You're a
rat.
monster. Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty sure it
was
was
actually
Yeah.
No, it was
It's not
outside
really
on the
rats.
pathway down. It was on
Okay,
the
so there are two exits to the rooms that are not the vines you climbed down from. The first is the north, which is where Balsag came from, and then there is an exit to the south.
I say we
That
go-
is basically a more. They're both, I should note, natural exits. There's not like doors or anything. To the north is just like a natural cave opening, and to the south looks like where a underground rift got opened up. Like the earth just kind of aired apart.
So, north, south.
I said we go
There's
north because
markers.
that's where Balsag came from.
Yes, I agree.
I
Okay.
feel the same.
You guys check out the north. The floor of this rough cavern is stained and smells of blood and animal musk. Light from glowing fungus reveals the eastern niche, which holds a pallet of matted furs, a wide wooden board in which a variety of weapons are affixed, and a great cloak of patchy black fur hung from a slender pole. To the edge of the niche are three large nests made of hair, dry fungus, and refuse.
Yes.
Now,
It's probably Balsag.
it's a pretty open area. Now, there is a space in the back, but it is a very thin cavern that leads very far down. You know that much like the space you found like this earlier in the dungeon, this leads to the Underdark.
Alright.
Like
So
directly.
not where you're going. Well,
Yeah.
not directly, but there are lots of underground tunnels that lead to the Underdark. And considering that the goblins had like meat from Underdark stuff, you can imagine that this is one of the places they went to like hunt.
Mm.
And it makes sense that Balsag would set up here.
I'll tell them, or I'll inform them.
Now, if you check out the room,
Yeah. I mean, Balsag might keep
The-
stuff here.
pallet I described that had the weapons on it has 2 spears, 6 javelins, a long sword, and a great sword. And if you're going to check out the rest of the room, I want a perception check.
Let's do it.
Nothing on the show that interests
What?
me.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
Yay! Twins!
yeah. We just go with our passive then, right?
So, Squig.
17?
Squig, when you're looking through Balsag's bedding, you find a small box hidden under the fur that, if when opened, contains 241 silver and 54 gold.
What's all
The rest of the room is pretty empty. There's a cookpot that looks like it has some like spider meat stewing in it. It's probably edible.
I got so close to being the stew.
So
Yeah.
by 6, I stare into the Underdark hole for a bit. So, yes, hole.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now,
Oh, I do that.
Does it smell decent?
But yeah, the Underdark hole.
No,
the pot.
the spider meat.
It's. I don't know. I've never smelt cooked spider. I don't
Well,
know
I'm
what it
just wondering,
smells
just-
like. It smells like food. You could probably eat it. Are you gonna taste it?
A little bit.
Underseasoned. You don't have proficiency with the cooked utensils, do you?
No, I was going to,
Okay,
but
does anyone have proficiency with cooked utensils? Yeah, it doesn't taste that good, but I mean, you've had worse, honestly.
food.
I mean, you probably haven't had worse. You're used to living to those of you who are used to living like a higher, quality of life, it's pretty bad. Not inedible, but it's definitely like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
To you, you've eaten some pretty terrible meals, so it's like, this isn't the way.
Just keep it going.
I've had wheat boiled in water for 4 days and some prairie mushrooms. I mean, it could be so much worse.
We could take a short rest and eat it if you want. I don't think we'll benefit too much. Jesse might get a spell.
Well, it's up to you. However, I will call a break here. So, yeah. Break
All right.
time. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. You have just defeated the dreaded Balsag.
May he sag in peace.
May he sag in peace.
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, so this room doesn't really have much else to it except for the Underdark entrance. So, are you going to double back towards the other entrance?
We should check out the Underdark.
No.
But no!
No.
What? We'll just drag up something
Is
high
that
level.
the character?
A little bit lucky. Kill it for some experience and character. We should avoid the Underdark at all costs. It's a hellish plane of which few return.
You know it's the same plane as what we're in right now, right, Krom? Like,
Metaphorically speaking.
okay. It's not metaphor. It's literally part of the same plane.
I
Yes.
thought we were just underground.
Yes, we are just underground. The Underdark is just underground.
Oh.
It's just.
I come
on
from
that.
different planes.
That is true. But
I imagine. I could.
Krom's just holding his hands like metaphors. Metaphors.
no one has the intelligence he has out of character.
I keep imagining us going into the Underdark and not coming out
15.
until we're level 20.
You're close, yeah.
Well, if we go to the Underdark, what are you? Spore attack, 8d6. What is it?
I don't know, we're dead.
Okay, so Krom is warding you away from the Underdark entrance
Somehow
unless any
we
of you
survive.
particularly is like, no, I'm going to do it anyway.
Should we
Then
try to
you
lock it
double
off?
back.
Not really a point to.
You guys could take some of the javelins if you want to chuck them at people.
Oh yeah, I would love to do.
But other
Wait.
people could.
Well, I was mentioning it for them too, basically, because they're strength based.
Oh yeah, javelins are straight.
What are the hit dice on those?
The damage dice is a d6, but you get to add strength because they're a thrown weapon.
Yeah.
If you prefer it over your bow.
Still use dex to aim, right?
No, strength on the
it's
whole thing.
strength.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because
Bless you.
You're right.
I guess it'd be the same thing if a boomerang was a weapon.
I don't
No, I think boomerang.
How
would
many
be
were
best.
there? They're retrievable.
There
but
were 6.
What about the one?
I prefer that. I do prefer that over a bow, actually, since I roll straight off of it.
Start
I
collecting.
thought the boomerang was in the
The
past.
one in Carac's arm is retrievable.
Oh,
If
so
you'd like to
7.
have 7, yeah. However, the one that hit the wall is not.
Because we can't get it out.
Did I,
It's stuck.
you're
Oh, you
saying it
could,
like
but
I
it's a
just
break.
left it in there. I assume he's just taking it from me afterwards, not ripping out.
No, I assume it's like Stranger's Wrath, where until you dust off, it's just there.
Oh,
So, you head down to the southern area. It's a about 60-foot hall that goes about 10 feet wide, so you can walk 2 by 2 down it if you would like, and opens into a rift. It's debris-strewn floor, 2 feet below that of the corridor. No phosphorescent fungus grows in the rift, so without a torch, Grant will have a hard time seeing. The corridor continues past the rift, though the opening of the rift has caused it to shift 10 feet to the west, or your guys' right. A number of 2-foot diameter holes riddle the floor of the rift, and the smell of burnt earth hangs in the air.
Burnt earth. I like that.
Yeah.
I meant to ask this earlier, but there's nothing. Does what's his face's cloak look interesting at all?
Oh
No, it's just furs.
It's just
I
fur.
mean, you can take it and try to.
Well, no, I'm not asking if it's magical. I'm just asking if it looks like. Does it look like really
Valuable?
shabby, or does it look?
Well, it looks like he's kind of suited together poorly, but it,
Oh, never mind then.
Probably keep you warm. I'm probably gonna put that on. Nice, comfy trophy of a fallen bitch.
Okay.
okay.
Question. I mean, I'm still going to roll to find traps along the path, but finding traps, would that count towards, say, not natural traps, like trapdoor spider type things, like holes people dig and like wait for ambush type things, or is that not considered the same?
Well, you can roll if you want to like look around as you walk. You can roll perception to look for ambushes. That's part of looking for traps.
Okay.
Is looking for ambushes as well, because you're rolling perception.
Fair. I mean, might as well. So like, bunch of holes.
So you're looking at holes.
Well, you said there's a bunch of holes, like
Yeah, there's
originally.
small holes. Okay, you look at the holes. There are a number of them. They seem to go down like as far as you can reach. Like they go down. The holes go down pretty deep.
Like how big?
Pretty small.
Like unlike or arms.
It varies.
Okay.
Some are small.
Would the
Oh.
rodents not fit in them?
What is survival?
I mean, if a rock would fit their head in it, then they could squeeze through.
25.
No. I mean, they're about okay. So they're about 2 foot in diameter. So a rat could squeeze in there, but it would be extremely cramped. And with your survival check, the inside of the holes are kind of smooth and look like they were pushed out equally on all sides. So not like something that burrows by digging, like a rat or a mole or anything like that.
That's
It
something
looks
that.
like a snake hole.
I got you.
Like how snakes will just burrow into the ground and move shit aside.
Yeah.
I'll say, be careful, Squig. This looks like it was made by some kind of serpent.
Should pour burning oil down it. Flush it out.
Well, it already smells like this area was burned.
It does smell like burning, yeah.
How big is the hole?
2 foot.
2
It's
feet.
about 2 feet in
2 feet.
diameter, but they go down farther than you can reach.
Can I make a lore check on
It's not
this?
a worm, is it?
Smell like burning and
Yeah, you can roll more
It's
nature.
snake, if
Like-
it matches anything.
It might be. From a really big snake. It'd have a really big head. I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. I haven't been able to get anything good because I haven't.
What's in your
We dealt
face,
with
Jesse?
Balsag and
What have you got on your nature check?
24.
I was
24?
trying to go for the white rat.
You got some silver in there.
The rat
Oh,
is
yeah,
needs
check it out.
an ugly rat.
oh, so it's on the beard.
it's big, but it's still.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be Santa Claus one day.
It has a certain flavor. and
Are you sitting there talking shit about your beard
Right
while
now?
I'm over here with my...
No, I'm saying I get to be
What's
Santa
that?
Claus one day and seeing a bunch of gray show up.
Brenda, how do you
Remember
plan to
saying one
preserve the
one
head after you
scared
take it?
red
Like,
Well, you don't
Sort of
preserve
hint,
it. You get it
possibly.
for maybe a couple of days.
No.
Nothing really.
Maybe 3 if you're okay with smelling a little like.
heritage,
Ah,
that's
that makes
probably
sense.
why
Well,
that
doesn't
happened.
that tactic only really work?
Where the Irish
yeah,
part
yeah.
of it's just
But also
like,
Welsh.
no, red.
Guys are all talking at the same time.
Well, in town as well. I'm thinking about publicity after the fact. A proving of one's worth to those who weren't there. You all know what's going on down here. It's a showman thing. And a hero thing.
Nothing's stopping you from taking any of the currently defeated enemies' heads, but I understand you would like to deal the finishing blow.
They're also not that impressive.
Is that why you keep crushing them?
No.
Well, you could always put it like this, Grenna. There was nothing worthy down there.
That's boring. The average commoner doesn't understand. Oh, it was too mighty for me. Yawn. I'm not paying money and seeing people and
No.
throwing roses, admiration, and free instays for I was too strong for it all. Which is why I'm interested. There's a large snake nearby. Perhaps.
Alright.
People are afraid of snakes.
Well, judging by the size of these holes, the rats are bigger.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, the Underdark's right over there.
It was very ugly.
Well, we have a task to do right now. I am intrigued by
I always
this
kiss a snake.
place. I had no idea the Underdark spanned all of
I
Underground.
am unsurprised.
Quite intriguing.
I am curious why
If I
dwarves
suspected the snake would allow it.
stay underneath the earth if there's a danger like that.
Then there is
And
wisdom.
perhaps there's something
Well,
stay.
the deeper you
Oh,
delve, the
podcast.
finer resources you can acquire.
If only because it's so much more dangerous.
People
That's,
get
that's the
get up.
catch.
Yeah.
that makes sense. Insert elven or insert dwarven saying here, but in dwarven, said knowingly.
The bigger the hall, the bigger the tunnel.
English, she's saying it in dwarven.
That's what I'm
Because she
saying.
doesn't
like a
know the
possible dwarven.
translation.
Oh, good point.
Well, I mean, I
That's
guess
bad.
literally she does, but like,
You can't do a literal
I'd rather not fight
interpretation.
something we don't have to.
It's like
though.
literally translating something from Japanese to English.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't work.
You know, going literal translations is fucking
Diamond
nerdy.
is not crash.
I love that.
We should keep moving. shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Was there any the lore check that you did?
Oh yeah.
so
Forgot.
Okay, with the lore check?
Yes.
Yes, you got a 24, you said?
24. And the double efficiency bonus is helpful for now. But it's only making it a 4. Soon it'll be a even bigger number. Like 6.
Okay.
One day.
You look at the hole, you grab Krom reaches down and grabs some of the dirt and like sniffs at it and then licks it for placing it back down. And you know, and you roll the same on knowledge planes, or planar knowledge, right?
Yes.
Okay. You know that there are creatures from the elemental plane of fire. They have a long, complicated name in Ignan that you never memorized. But basically, most adventurers call them fire snakes. They are snakes from the elemental plane of fire. They tend to burrow into the ground and they make the dirt around their nests really hot and eventually turns to clay. They are hoarders, and people have been known to bribe them or into guarding certain areas with gems.
So they're intelligent.
It appears to be so.
Huh.
Although it's Krom who knows that.
Yeah, the fact that they're capable of being bribed also means they have a stash, which means we might be able to.
Yeah. They don't speak, but you know they understand Ignan.
Then I'm going to relay it to the rest of the party as such. This area we're in is home to a creature from the plane of fire. Fire serpent is the easiest translation. They can be paid to guard areas. They are somewhat intelligent, so it has a trove of its own. Also very dangerous. If you could take its trove, it could be worth quite a bit.
Well, if they're
The
guarded,
creature itself would make a fine trophy, I imagine.
I too would imagine.
well, if they're supposed to be guarding this area, wouldn't they have shown up by now?
We haven't stepped fully into its nest, have we?
Does it breathe fire?
Does it breathe fire? Or is it just
No.
super hot? To my knowledge, no. It's simply very hot.
No, it is. Fire does nothing to it. It is weak to the bitter northern winds, and its skin will fissure and release flame if you strike it.
Oh.
But striking it will cause it to spit flame.
Well, it's more like it gushes out.
Treacherous.
It's like a gummy worm and a gusher rolled into one, except it kills you.
Oh God.
In theory.
Gusher worm.
Or you also know they're evil by nature and greedy, and yeah.
It is quite possible we could build a lure or a trap for it.
With all these resources that we've found.
Yeah, with all these gold and gems and such.
A small trail of gems could get out of this burrow long enough for us to kill it.
Even into a trap.
That's not what we're down here for, though.
We came here for treasure, yes?
We came down here to get the fruit and for us to save those two, or find the bodies of those two people.
True. But neutralizing this threat might make the travel back and the travel forward easier.
It'll be in between. If we pass it now, it'll be in between us and our potential escape, depending on how things go.
And it's a truly loathsome creature, malevolent by nature. It would only kill whoever passed it.
If you say so. I'm fine with killing it now if we can do it. I just want to minimize any
Downtime.
risk we take.
That's fair.
How would we lure it?
It loves gems. It's very greedy.
We have found a number of gems.
Sure, we could set up some sort of trap. With
Yeah.
whatever we have.
Character, if we beat the shit out of this thing,
Yeah.
does it actually die or does it just go back to its plane?
Actually,
It does.
Oh, okay.
something I just thought
Yep.
of.
Does Unseen Servant floats, right? It's not like a walking, just invisible person.
I do not know.
I'm fairly okay.
There's a reason we have 2 players and books.
That's fair.
I have a plan that might work if we're allowed to do it. Skeletons had shovels.
Yeah.
Use the shovels to dig a pit, and then stick the javelins in it for a pitfall.
Makeshift pit.
Makeshift pitfall.
Okay.
Try to lure it into it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so it doesn't say it walks. It just says invisible, mindless, shapeless.
Was it serpent?
No, Unseen Unseen Servant.
Oh.
Because I was figuring I could have the Unseen Servant quite literally have it drag a gem across the floor and.
That's what I. Yeah. That's what it is. It's like right at the end of the portal, isn't it? Yeah.
And
Gotta
then
be stronger than that. It's dead.
and then we like push it or just let it fall into.
Once it's out, we just have a prepared action to hit it with a bunch of range
It
attacks.
burrows.
Well,
Yeah, I
did
mean,
you-
it could levitate.
I'm not sure if a pit trap would really work against a burrowing creature.
Well, if it falls a distance on top of javelins, it will
It takes a
usually.
while to do.
Meh.
Yeah, that's what I'm not
But a
sure.
prepared action,
It
a
might
bunch of
also
range
disturb
attacks could just kill it.
As long as it's ranged attacks, so we don't get hurt.
Yes.
That'd probably a better plan than the pitfall trap.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do? It sounds like Unseen Servant and some gold to lure it out, and then
The moment it comes out,
Everyone use ranged
Strike the
attacks.
shit out of it.
is that what you guys want to do?
yeah, that
Prepared
sounds good to you
action.
guys?
That's fine.
I'm going to ritual cast Unseen Servant.
It's gonna
I'm going to have
peek
it
its head out.
dangle just a little few gems. And we're going to be a bit away because burrowing creature, you don't want to be near it.
I was gonna hit it in melee anyway, because I remember it had those rat hand axes.
I will prepare for magic. You can prepare action a spell, right?
Yeah, as long as it's an action to cast.
Cool. Magic missile.
Well, prepare action and arrow. To the...
I will prepare action javelin.
What you got, spell?
I see everyone's been playing XCOM.
Prepare
Okay, so
action.
we aggro the enemy, and then
pops up
everyone
for
just
action attack.
explodes it
Oh,
before it has a chance to move.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
roll
Well,
it
it's
down.
either that or it just kills you.
No.
Now,
Yeah, I know what I'm saying. It's kind of funny.
now we must complete the comparison and all miss.
Now that's
No,
excellent.
no, except for the person with the lowest miss chance hits. Not only hits, but crits.
Not only that, but the missing stress that your team one goes insane, kills the other, chain reaction.
Okay,
So-
we're going too far. We've gone too far.
Yeah.
So does this only gives us a
We don't have save states.
prepared action bonus, not a sneak attack or anything?
Prepared action is basically a sneak attack.
Well, no, not
No.
necessarily. It depends.
Huh.
If you guys want to try to hide and attack from stealth, you would have advantage on the attack. If you want to try to hide
Yeah.
so
Hide
that
and
you
then
jump out
prepared
and then
action.
yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Good
Sure.
try on that.
Because if you successfully hide from it, you would
What's
you would
the
get advantage.
bonus for prepared action?
It's not. It just means you can attack upon the trigger of the prepared action.
Okay,
So it'd
so,
be like as soon as I see a fire snake, I blast.
but hide first.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone roll stealth.
Don't do that.
And are you just gonna send the
Wow.
creature? Are you just gonna send your unseen servant around and wait for something to attack it?
Yes. Just going to be around with some gems sort of dragging along the ground.
Is it possible to wait until I can be good at hiding?
No. So the thing is, because in your mind you're like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
totally hidden, but you're like,
Like
super
everyone, no one's looking at me like, what the fuck is this?
No, it's like remember when he casted invisibility, he was
They're
just
all too
throwing
busy.
dirt on himself.
There's
I crit failed the stealth. I was literally tossing sand up over myself, ran straight behind enemy lines. I was shot nearly to death.
Well, I'm not gonna get a sneak attack bonus on that.
Well, they might see you.
Whoa.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not.
Okay. So, with okay, so I need your stealth,
15, because I rolled with disadvantage.
Ashura,
Repeat.
Car, 18, Emeron,
Oh, 12.
Krom,
13.
and Grenna.
16.
Okay.
Why do you roll with disadvantage, Squig?
The armor.
Because they're
Yeah.
What armor is he wearing?
scale.
Oh, okay.
This.
What?
Nothing. Okay, so.
Yeah.
Fishing for fire snakes.
Just inside Mario's head, I can't tell if it's a bad idea. I mean, it's a bad idea, but I can't tell if it's a bad idea.
I need some D4s.
Hey Mario, can we attack this fire snake?
I don't see why it would be a bad idea. Well, no, it's a cool monster that has pressure. It's asking to get attacked.
So is a Rexos.
There's one right there.
Maybe that's a little
You know,
different.
I don't know. That's not bad logic.
This is a published adventure. I really doubt they're like, and throw fucking villains that will kill them dead if they're in here.
Coming from the guy who wants to run Curse of Strahd.
Okay, I haven't read through all the Strahd, so I can't confidently say that it doesn't do that.
Well, if there are vampires in there, do they still have their damage drains levels?
No.
No, but they do.
I thought that was
regenerate
super
health.
cool when I first heard that things did that. And I was like, no, 5th edition doesn't do that. And I'm like, oh, that's cool though.
Let's just add that in.
Yeah, it's cool that people can just lose levels.
Mid-fight, and then have to, roll to see if it's permanent after the fight.
That'll get you to take things real seriously.
That'll teach me to retire adventuring.
I'm level 3, the rest of the party's level 6! This sucks!
So I guess you really need to.
I lost my
really
third
need to
fire
do
level.
something, don't you?
I'm just a fighter again. I'm a guard. Fuck it.
Dude, I heard this thing, the Shadow Dragon, used to breed negative levels.
I'm sorry.
What?
Get out.
Yeah, no.
You're saying that with I've studied this intently and I'm waiting to put it in the game.
And then I misused my tone because it was really just a video where this dude was talking about NPCs. And it's like, there's one night we got saved by an NPC from a Shadow Dragon, and in that edition of D&D, I think he said it was second. They breathe negative
Okay,
levels.
where are the rest of you?
So we were in trouble. And then
This
hiding?
is the path we're
Yeah.
coming from.
I was like, that's cool.
But me.
Okay, but I'm saying there's nothing to hide behind.
There's no hole or cracks in the walls or anything.
No, you'd either have to hide down there or try to hide somewhere else. Are you all just gonna hide along this wall? Because you can do that.
That's a good idea.
It's possible
And-
behind here.
Peek out the wall when it.
Bullet arrives.
People should be careful they're not standing too outside.
Okay, and where are you
hole.
summoning the Unseen Servant?
There. And it's gonna go and it's dragging the gem around its
There are
head.
holes everywhere.
Down here
right?
first?
Yes.
Okay. How long does Unseen Servant last?
An hour.
Okay. It goes down here, eventually comes back.
Damn. Down that way then.
Okay.
Did we go down one of the sinkholes?
No.
This is the pathway we came in. These are the sinkholes.
Well, there's sinkholes everywhere.
Yeah, that makes sense. If it pops out, can you hit from where you are?
I'm pretty sure we're trying to lure it to a spot where we can all hit it.
So upon the Unseen Servant, upon the thing coming out, what is the Unseen Servant going to do? What is it commanded to do? Run back towards
Run
you
back
guys?
towards us.
Okay.
Hopefully getting it to chase us with the gems in hand.
Okay. So, a large, eventually the Unseen Servant does return, the gems floating in the air. Behind it, a large red and yellow snake-like creature with flowing, flame-like scales coming off of its head is chasing after it.
Oh, it's beautiful.
That looks more like a fucking
Neat.
Hydra.
That's
Jesus.
awesome.
It looks pretty savage.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to tell you. Fire is useless.
I think you explained that already. Alright, for the first time, we'll use my fire breath attack.
Now, the thing is, it gets about here. It's rushing down before its eyes look and see you. Its eyes narrow as you lean out to attack it. Now, the thing is, only Grenna and Asura have line of sight, so you two can take your prepared actions because you see. After those attacks go off, and because he saw you, you're not going to have advantage. However, Grenna will succeed, so you will have advantage. After that, you will roll for initiative as well. Unfortunately, because he saw Asura, he didn't go far enough to trigger all of your
Overwatch actions.
Right, basically Overwatch is for now. To use XCOM Linga.
I rolled 2. Maybe not.
I'm still doing okay, so what was your attack, Shrek? Did you get?
With advantage.
No,
Renegade
he didn't.
He said it like 3 times.
Unfortunately, your javelin misses, hitting only wall. What did you get?
18.
18, that is a hit. Where are you aiming at, and how much damage do you do?
Gonna try to nail it right in the face, maybe one of his eyes. And I don't
Do damage. Okay. Alright, now I need initiative. Greta.
11.
And you got 11 initiative?
For me?
Okay. Krom, what'd you get?
20.
Come on.
10.
Carac.
16.
Sure.
14.
Squig.
5.
Yeah, that's one higher. Okay, initiative is Krom first.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Krom.
Crawl, yeah.
You're like, I always go first, Mario.
I took that feat of go first.
Yeah.
I took the feet of I go when I want to.
We're not going to go.
I don't want to. I don't know if it's your roll.
Just sleep work on it?
Just not the right way.
Yes, but I'd have to roll its health.
Made.
And plus
Oh, I should know, your axe hits into it, but it is tough. It, like, barely inches into it.
With the roll that he made, no, we have to take with something.
Is it any damage? Does
No, it does damage to it.
no, like do blood weapons proc its explosion?
You don't Oh, sorry, you're asking about its damage back?
Yeah.
It's basically any melee attack. If you hit it, it'll blast it off with fire. So either use ranged or be resistant to fire, maybe.
Tank it.
On a cast,
Well, I had to take half fire, but I'm not resistant.
on cast my charisma swap, please say
How much health you got?
here, so then it goes here, and then here. So it should just be hitting him and the air behind. So
But can a snake fall over?
you can go this way down.
We're about to find out.
That's why it's charisma save. That's convinced to lean out.
Okay, and what's the save it has to make?
But it's
14.
kind of like,
14 charisma.
it's a snake. Is a snake ever really running down?
Sweet one.
When it's convinced to.
So it's always on the ground.
It's convinced to roll over and do nothing.
The greasy hands reach out and begin stroking its back, causing it to just kind of fall over and slide, and has difficulty pulling its head up. It has been knocked prone.
Just don't go past it.
This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
This is the second time we've seen
A
this.
snake trying to get up.
And not being able to. Just having trouble raising its head.
It's just like a.
It's drunk. Snake, you're drunk. Go home. I'm fine. I can drink out of the air. Be fine.
See how long my body is?
You shave yourself twice since you came here. You need to go.
Longer stomachs means more.
More intestines, roughly. I can swallow a whole head full.
It is now Carg's turn.
Okay. I will now shoot it with a bow.
Okay.
Remember, it's laying down with strong. So
Yeah, so
You're such a dick, you know that?
I'm really doing this just for you.
Oh my god, no, you
Obviously.
totally fucked a lot of everybody else
You
doing
did.
damage.
We can't. If it's prone, we have disadvantage.
We melee attack at this square, right?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I would assume that it's accident.
Does 11 hit?
well, it has. You have advantage because it's prone.
No.
Oh wait,
no,
are you,
disadvantage.
wait, are you still shooting with your bow?
Yes, I'm not gonna run up and hit it with blasting in the face with fire after he told me that's exactly what would happen.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
accusations.
Unfortunately, you do this.
Yeah, I know.
Aren't you resistant to fire?
I'm half. Why?
Well, that is resisting as hell.
Yeah.
That's actually what it is,
Yes,
actually.
but still though.
Damage is still damage, so you take half damage. No damage is better.
Why don't you go up and hit it? He's not resistant.
Okay.
He's not resistant.
He's a mage.
I won't find
Hell, if I were you, I'd do it. I might still do it.
It is now Ashura's turn. I'm sorry. This is
Where is the grease?
Oh, basically behind it. These three faces are wasted.
Well, I'm gonna see how much damage the explosion does.
I mean, to be fair, if anyone's gonna check it, it might as well be the guy with resistance.
And I'm gonna give advantage to the attacks.
I'm gonna try with the great sword. Don't if I want to try with the great sword or a mace to see if one profit or make me.
We're gonna use the throwing axe, so
Yeah, that was slash.
Did that profit?
yes.
Are you asking the final burst out of it?
Yeah, after it did. After the hand axe.
He didn't say anything. No, he didn't say anything.
Alright, I'll attack it with the great sword. Just the walk on the stage. 25 to hit.
That hits.
Advantage doesn't do it. Yes.
This is gonna be actually nice for breaks with
Adam, 6 plus 5.
Because we know it's
Right.
evil.
Yeah, I'm gonna smite it.
Oh, okay, then add
You should do
2d.
branding spot.
Two.
To the 8 divine. Okay, and how much of that is the damage from your smite?
5.
Okay, so drawing your great sword and turn a prayer to law, you swing your blade down. The first thing you notice is that hitting into it is really like you have to push to get in there. It is just rough. And you said how much damage?
Was raw damage?
No, how much damage overall?
18.
18. Okay. And 5 plus this damage. So. Deal damage, slash into it. It doesn't actually burst in fire, but what it does is as it's cut open, like an almost invisible blast of just raw heat hits you dead on.
Oh, so it's not visible.
No,
But
it
it's-
doesn't appear to be. It's just heat escaping the body. And you take
It kind of sounds like it's run by
1 damage. As the heat is nothing to you.
Alright.
It is only a little bit hotter than the sands of home.
And yeah, it's pretty messed up. It's bleeding now. It is now.
Sleep it if you want to. I mean, it's already
I
frozen.
don't think he has spell slots.
One first one plus that. Because I cast sleep and
It is, however, Emerald's turn.
But
No,
it's-
sorry, it's Granny's turn.
I think,
If we make significant
but yeah, the explosion. It can hurt you, but not nearly as much as.
well, 3 1 6 plus 9.
You got hit
think I would have taken 21 then.
For
Yeah, that's true. You would take 11.
this
Just a half.
moment, at least, we're gonna will advance and then throw another.
Looks like it's blasted
I
again.
really want to go.
Everyone just keeps
You
getting
have disadvantage.
Okay. Getting a little toasty.
Does he have to move closer?
It does, but I don't want to
to
block people.
any ranged
When I
attack
take
rings
this
attack.
attack.
Will always give you disadvantage, and you get negatives if you're too close to an enemy. I don't tend to spell.
10 to hit, that is a miss. You strike the ground, which actually causes your axe to hit the ground and slide further in as it strikes the grease. It is now.
Fuck.
I'm
Only
on
like
like
10 feet.
What happened?
Okay.
Hands, what happened? You grabbed the axe.
I will move up. As much as I probably should.
Where?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Can I move that?
So
Here or here?
Yeah. I think it's one of those there. Which is I may pull it. I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
Alright,
So I'm just gonna look that button.
Hey, wrap something
I
around
thought
the
to pull
throats.
down the grease. Possible.
well, now is it
It's in melee.
With the nest.
We've been over this. It's melee.
You're like, twitch your pinky
Nice.
fingers. Yeah, just take the quest.
You would let
So
them
it's-
pull the enemies.
I can only not pull it. Yeah, so
Okay.
just
Yeah, so you just crack it.
the specific language says I may.
Okay.
So
Roll it.
18.
Okay, that hits.
I guess I technically get it.
You
You
could
want to roll again and see?
No.
Okay. Roll the damage.
6.
Okay.
Oh wait. Is there no 56?
It is.
I always kind of saw the feel it was. Maybe I'm just thinking of my body.
You tear a chunk out, like you tear a part of one of its weird, like fin things on its head. It is bleeding and gasping. Squig, it's your turn.
And I'm gonna throw a purple acid at it.
Are you sure? It's 6.
Is this is he using an item or a class feature?
Yeah, just reach in the satchel. Bottle.
You throw acid at it, but it misses.
There.
So it has to spend half its movement to get up.
If it starts its turn, the moves move for the first time or ends its turn, it has to make a save. And,
I mean, it's already up.
oh yeah, it has to spend half its movement up and right.
And if it tries to move, that's since it's the first time it's trying to move, really, it doesn't make
It's
So
sense.
it's
also-
already in it. So it's-
Oh,
Yes. You want to go in there the first time, it stays. Or ends its turn there. So also that was to get an attack of opportunity by trying to leave. This is all perfect.
It rears up and attempts to take a bite out of the sheriff, but misses as you put your shield between its mouth and the soft fleshy bits that are your body. It then attempts to wrap its tail around and hit you in the head past your shield.
Is that shield going to be good?
How this one is a little more successful as it deals 2 damage.
let's give it success.
And it deals an additional 1 fire damage with that attack as well.
You're going to use this for damage.
And it ends its turn?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is going
Does that
to...
give me attack of opportunity?
No, it doesn't.
And if it enters
just-
somebody's, it doesn't.
No.
Fuck that.
Unless they have Sentinel.
Ah, sorry.
So it gets out of the oil.
So if I move here, I'll fight.
Yep. It is now Krom's turn.
I really give it.
Me?
Had a few.
On the top over there?
No crossbow short.
Yeah, I'm not pretty. Are they a simple weapon?
Where did the jacket Oh, for throwing stuff, you gotta roll to see.
How many
No,
spells
so-
do you have on the short?
Oh!
So you can use 2.
Yes. A good magic missile and craft short.
You did whatever you feel like, right?
If you want, you can borrow my crossbow. Should I take it?
Or-
A short bow is a
Hold
simple
action
weapon.
still.
You have Jesse.
Emerald.
Yeah, move it up in the melee range.
It's not gonna
Jesse, the short bow is a simple weapon.
It is? Actually, use one.
Light
Yeah,
crossbows,
we have
darts,
quite a
short
few
bows,
from all
and
the
slings are
novels.
simple ranged weapons. So
This
you
guy
can
over
use
here
short bow.
is fighting with you.
Okay, but he's not carrying a short bow, so it's not like from down holding.
I couldn't flank if there's not enough room, right? Looking at the at any angle that I could easily reach.
What's your runner?
You can squeeze past. No. Unless you like shove Squig down and then stand over.
That sounds about right.
You wouldn't be till the next turn. So you have to shove his attack.
Oh, okay.
I literally let the attack.
Oh, fireball.
Yeah, then
Well, I mean, you can.
I don't know if this cast magic before. Damage.
You call upon
Cold.
powers
Yeah.
ancient and arcane. Oh yeah, because
Damn!
you
Frosty bolts.
just summon 3 orbs of ice in front of you and blast them all, one after the other after the other, or from your fingers.
Okay.
The orbs strike into the salamander, or not salamander, sorry, the fire snake, causing its body to freeze and rupture in flame as it dies
Fuck.
horribly. It is defeated.
Does it rupturing do damage?
No.
Okay.
did it like completely explode?
No, there are chunks of it.
Is there
Ah.
anything?
Its head is still there, partially frozen in a weird kind of sub-zero way. If you want to pick it up, it'd be like.
A frozen fire snake head?
Well, it's like half frozen. It's not frozen all the way, but. So you can only half do the sub-zero fatality.
Or wait for it to thaw out and use it as a hand pump.
Gruesome.
That's not morbid.
Or we eat it.
Roadkill.
We should find its dead.
Gonna go looking for its dead.
Are these solitary creatures or more like family
Yeah,
groups?
they're solitary.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, what are you doing?
I wanted to look at the snake now that it's dead.
Well, you can't look at its stats though. What if there's others? You can't.
Oh, that's fair. You can't metagame.
I'm not trying to metagame.
Well, no, I don't think he was trying to do it on purpose. I'm just saying.
It's probably the direction it came from.
Anyway, so you guys gonna go look for its dead?
Yeah.
Probably down this path. Because that's the one it came from?
I don't want your pity M&Ms.
Yeah, that's the path it came from.
Alright. Let's head down there.
Yes.
Go.
All right, you head down and you go looking for the hole it came from. Digging around in holes for a little while, you find 2 sapphires, each worth about 50 gold.
Nice.
Big old blue gems.
I'm gonna put them where my eyes should be. No more eyeballs needed.
I get the Eye of Vecna, but this is just my cool placeholder till then. There is nothing else down that
Now I got Daredevil
node,
powers.
aside from
I
that.
don't think it's that one.
So there are 2 ways you can go. You can go back out here and go down here, or you can continue down this way. This goes to a dead end pretty quick, but this goes goes farther.
So, you know, things with big ears usually live in an area of extreme temperature, and the giant ears are for insulation purposes.
Closest paths
So
this way.
elves probably
Makes sense.
either live in extreme cold or extreme heat.
Their ears are thin, though.
They live in the forest.
Yeah, which is probably like not that hot or cold because of all the shade.
The forest at night is pretty cold, actually. I don't know if you've ever been.
Rainforests get really hot and muggy.
Anyway, so 2 options. Here and here.
I would say this one because it's closer.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Santa's elves.
Any
They
naysays?
live in extreme cold.
Okay, you head down that way. You continue down that path for a little bit, and it leads you to a large stone door.
I'm gonna look over it.
It's not locked, but it's stuck, so it's going to need a strength check to get open.
Ah.
Someone's going to have to get in there and like, ah!
I don't want it.
Check for
Sure.
track first.
Check
Make
for
sure
track.
that. Go ahead. Yeah. Check for track.
Okay.
Here I go.
The
Five.
perception or investigation.
Investigation.
Okay, so that's 21.
It's not trapped.
Oh,
If Emron was serious, he walks up to the door and tries to pull, and it doesn't budge even a little.
It's just like leaning all the way back.
It'd probably work better if your feet weren't on the door.
Is it stuck?
Probably not.
It's not locked.
But it turns out it's a push, not a pull.
Granted, we'll give it a try. Okay. Give me a strength check.
16.
Grandma gets over there, grabs the door, plants her feet, and pulls it open.
Are you sure she doesn't just grab Emerald? So
You grab Emron and pull, and the door goes.
Well, you'd have to struggle to hold onto the
Desperately.
door.
alright.
Faded mosaic tiles still decorate parts of the wall. Most have fallen into the dust-covered floor and shattered. Situated at the center of the chamber stands a slim pedestal of rusted iron shaped like an upright dragon. In the dragon's mouth rests an empty tray.
Oh, so now we're rusty. And dusty.
Look
Are
around
there-
Are there words?
Yeah,
in
let's
there?
look around
Nope.
the room.
If you look around the room, there's nothing in here. However, if anyone would like to roll knowledge religion, they can do so.
Yeah.
You go, Nick.
17.
You think this was like an old shrine, but it looks like it hasn't been touched since the building fell. So
So
probably used to be important, but now it's just empty and disused.
Makes sense.
The tray is probably like an offering thing.
Yeah, this was probably like a shrine to our Charlemagne. If you had to guess, and there's nothing else of interest. Gonna double back.
Detect magic? There might be some hidden pathway or something this thing's sitting on.
You want to try?
Sure.
You guys cool giving him 10 minutes to
That's fine.
Yes.
Might be
you
something.
ritual cast detect magic. There's nothing in here.
Sounds kind of cute. And the dragon mouth looks like a tray.
House is clean.
Well, it has like a tray, probably where like candles and stuff were placed.
Ah, not
It's-
quite like a. I thought it was more like a collection tray.
Maybe also collection tray. It's a shrine, you know.
Okay.
Stuff was placed on it.
If we push on it, it doesn't move.
It does not move.
I'll throw a few copper on it.
Nothing happens.
So
Thing
if
is
someone,
Its
if
eyes
someone
glow
was
red.
like like a rogue and a cleric, they'd be that exorcist lady from Poltergeist. Because they could detect traps. When they don't find any traps, they're just like, this house is clean.
Oh. I didn't know what the hell you're talking about.
And there's
Yes.
nothing around
Double-
here really, just a room.
Black.
Nope, yeah.
Alright.
Let's, you know.
Just
Double
a
back and
super
go the last
normal
round.
room.
Jesse's like, no, there can't be empty rooms with nothing. No, I feel you, Jesse. I'd probably act the same way.
There's no magical. The statue doesn't move.
Well,
we
we
didn't find
didn't
anything
break
but
it,
snow.
Nothing suspicious here.
Alright, so you
Carry
heading
on, adventurers.
down this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Okay.
last.
Eventually, it leads you into a small room. Okay. There's a caved-in wall of this room that you enter through. The room is empty, and there's nothing else in it, and there's a door that leads out into a hall.
Sneak up to the door and take a peek.
Okay, roll stealth and perception.
There might be something on the other side of it. That is a. That is a. Oh wait.
Are you sure you don't want to let
I could do it.
Rob scout since he doesn't have disadvantage on stealth?
Well, I mean, that would just make sense.
Alright.
Badness. Oh, you've got some great rolls.
Yeah.
No, I rolled a 9.
Him.
Oh.
You can both do it if you want. You're both sneaky.
Yeah.
If he gets disadvantage, wouldn't he hurt his efforts?
Yeah, but he's also the one who started it, so he kind of has to.
Anyway.
What did you get on stealth? What did you get on stealth?
11.
Okay. You both sneak up to the door and roll me perception, each of you.
15.
16.
Okay.
2 rows of dragon-carved marble columns march the length of the hall, most completely covered in luminescent fungus. The cobbled floor is cracked and stained, and on it sit many small wooden tables. The contents of the table include mortar and pestles, small tools, bowls filled with crushed leaves, chopped fungus stalks, and other plant specimens. Many doors that lead off the hall are all partly open. There are 6 doors, including a door at the end that leads back into the first chamber you were in down here. You don't know how you missed it the first time. It's definitely not because Mario looked at the map and didn't see that there was a door leading into here from the first room. That would be ridiculous.
So does this look like a medieval version of an apothecary or
like a lab.
Oh, or a lab. Okay.
You've hung around the Celestia Guild enough to see like a druid lab before.
From our vantage, I suppose.
Additionally, the chamber immediately north of you, because you're in the southeastmost chamber, the northeast chamber appears to have like stores of weapons in them because you can see through the open door. You can also see from where you are the chamber next, the north center chamber is what I'm meaning to say. Where you see 2 goblins who are repairing what looks like dirty armor using cord, iron needles, leather pouches, and other like tailoring implements.
Wait,
they don't appear to have noticed you.
Do they suck at what they're doing, or are they actually somewhat
Well,
competent?
do you have proficiency in armorer's tools?
I
You can't really
don't.
tell.
Okay.
They don't look like they don't know what they're doing. They don't look like super great either.
If you want, I could actually try and go over there like in one of them, because it's worked before, and just tell them, hey, we can leave. Stupid leader's dead.
That is up to you. I mean, I'll have your back if they call your bluff.
And then good tax opportunity when they leave.
Virgo is strong.
Respect for goblins is not.
Despite working with one.
That tracks.
Respect for goblins is not.
Alright.
Hey, he didn't put his hand all the way down. That's Squig right there.
Okay.
A small area is the
Goblins?
I hold for a goblin
Teammate.
who tried to pass off as a leprous halfling.
Not what I'm drinking, Jesus.
And you might vomit.
A stick, not like this.
It would be a weird turnabout.
Yeah, I will attempt to go in there. I will rush in there. I'm remembering they just referred to him as stupid leader, right? Or
Some of them do, yeah.
yeah, I'll just rush in there, just going, stupid leader dead. Stupid leader dead. We can leave.
Okay, so you run in to do that, and immediately see, in addition to the center north chamber having the 2 goblins in their repairing armor, in the chamber parallel that, the south central. It's just a funny word to say. South central chamber has one goblin who is armed and two goblins who are not, who appear to be holding, like they're looking over a diseased giant rat. It is disgusting looking. It has huge, like fruit-looking tumors all over it. It looks gnarly. And they seem to just be like looking over it and like nodding. You don't know what they're nodding about. You're also not sure they know what they're nodding about either, to be perfectly honest. But they're both like, yeah, I know what's going on. In the southwestern chamber, there is a what looks like a large wooden tub in which two barefoot goblins are like stomping in a bunch of shit, like walking around in circles. When their feet come up, you see that what they're stomping in is
That's how they make their minds.
Please don't let it be elf pudding.
Well, there's a classic way to make wine.
root and fungi into they're stepping on roots and fungi, and there appears to be some sort of like a straining bin next to them.
Swear to God, if this is how they make their wine. I was right.
It's fresh from the.
It does seem like an abomination.
It had goblins
Additionally, in the north,
all over it.
well, that's how wine was made back then.
Yeah.
Elf wine has elf feet all over it.
I'd rather elf feet than goblin feet. I bet they're cleaner.
You probably wash your feet
You're like a
first.
weird elf racist. Like,
I'm
Elves
assuming
also known as
Yeah, they're elves.
Also, they're just regular elves.
Yeah.
you know, some people out there are gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, racist, shut up." Okay, anyway,
Baron's not
in
racist.
the northwestern chamber, you hear snoring, at least before you speak. You hear snoring, and you see a bunch of pallets in there, and there are some sleeping goblins. You run in, you say, "Stupid leader's dead, we can leave now." The armor ones look and go, "Huh?" The ones that are mashing stuff stop and look. The ones with the rats stop and look. I should note, the one with the weapon like draws his weapon in surprise. I want you to roll me a persuasion check.
So how clean do
Are
these
you
goblins
sure
think
you
look?
don't mean deception?
Other than
Are
like,
you lying to them?
Stupid leader's alive. Everything's normal.
I love when characters lie because they get more of a bonus to lying than telling the truth.
There are not 5 people right behind this door. No.
Okay.
Alright.
What is truth if not a lie?
11.
Okay.
No bonus.
They look around. They look back towards the one with the weapon. The sleeping ones wake up, and the weapon one says, "Leader dead?"
Yeah. Orange. Smelly. Stupid.
And Balsag, so he's dead.
He's dead. Balsag
He says,
dead.
"Journey dead. What about Gretel?"
You don't need to know.
Gretel girl, Gretel girl, stupid. She will lead her.
She's alive.
You let her go.
Wait,
Was that
where are you
me?
from? You're not one of us.
Yeah, that was the mage.
Say yes, you are. What are you doing?
Why would you tell
Why would you tell the truth now?
No, that's what I'm not saying.
I know, I just want to see where this is going.
New warrior.
Ed, remember, if you get
How you not know Gretel?
deny everything.
Never met. But she good.
Don't lie.
Stop. Let him go. Shit.
She good. Someone tell me she come back. Hurt, but she told everyone.
They look, like the goblins in the that are in like the tub get out and start to leave. The one with the weapon goes, wait. We don't know this guy. The ones with the armor says, who cares? Let's just leave.
It's not like one goblin.
Before
just
Balsag
stopped.
come back. And
You Drax, 3? His?
Yeah. He says, now I know you're lying. No one killed Balsag. He captured Dragon.
He's right out there. No. 3. Big people. Not human, bigger. 1 scaly. With them. They took Dragon back.
Oh. The ones like keep looking at the door like.
Can we just leave? Like, why do you keep asking questions?
He says, fine. Where'd Gretel go?
She with others. Told somebody to go. Let everybody else know.
Alright, now roll deception.
This is gonna be lower.
The time.
It's gonna be the one with the bonus. It's gonna be lower. Yeah, it's lower, but it gets a bonus. 12. How good's his ears?
Jazz hands. I mean, technically, a bunch of people have already left, so.
It's not really a lie. I would have more said she is leading them to a new
Well, I was
home.
saying it tracks with the lie you're trying to tell.
Well, I think anything I say about her is a lie.
Like
I
on
don't
the
know.
off. Yeah.
The fuck am I gonna
I wouldn't try to go that angle, but I am
Well, you're
saying
gonna get the Sybil and be like, she gone. But I mean, that's.
it's possible they might have heard noise from up above that was the mass exit of like a bunch of goblins.
It's kind of hard to hear stuff up there from down here.
Well, the way
I
he's
said possible.
well, the way he's speaking, it kind of sounds like she's a good leader.
Okay.
Balsag
He
is
looks at you and
corpses surviving
is
doors.
like, he's like, I don't know. One of the goblins opened the door and says, Balsag dead! Let's go! And eventually they all just get up and leave.
If Balsag is dead.
Now, see,
within 15
if
No.
they see through it, he starts running.
Okay, they all start to leave, paying no mind to if you're going with them. So, yeah. They'll clear out. Leaving only the chambers.
Alright, now let's search them. Also, close that door. They went out, so they don't like look back and see us.
Okay, so you're.
Alright, it's all clear.
He said it loud enough for the goblins leaving the door.
Yeah,
So,
we know.
so
we're
you're
leaving.
looking through the rooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well.
To anyone checking out the table, give me an intelligence nature check.
It was
I am on it.
17.
Oh, I also got 17.
Okay,
I got no left.
so all three of you recognize them as very common local varieties of tree, shrub, and fungus. All of them, however, are very power.
My herbalism kit proficiency actually gives me special knowledge on this.
Okay, they are all sun-starved. Additionally, on the table there's a pile of herbs and supplies that basically, if bottled up together, is a healer's kit.
And knowing you know.
Additionally, you can take
I already have that one.
enough tools and herbs to create. So, in addition to creating a herbalism kit with it, you can also make an alchemist supply with them as well. So, one of each.
Yes.
In the northwest chamber, there's a bunch of pallets with matted fur on the ground. That's where the goblins sleep. In the southwest chamber, there is Emeron. You recognize this as a setup used to make the goblin wine. The thing is, looking through the strainer and like the barrel that they've been making the wine is, there are 10 2-gallon wine barrels, and this stuff isn't that bad. You don't know why the stuff up there is so like horrible, but the fresh stuff right here, it's not the best. I mean, well, okay, it kind of comes down to taste, to be perfectly honest. You can roll, I will say, wisdom with your proficiency bonus if you want to taste it.
Because you're
not
not
Critique it. Critique it.
I got 8.
Okay, it's a little sour, and it definitely it's made out of fungus and root, so it has a sort of
Earthy.
kind of like an earthy taste to it. It tastes a lot like dwarven wine, but it's less. It's a little less harsh and a little more like sour, like California grape wine, which isn't bad. You know,
Hell yeah! I am gonna bottle some of this shit.
well, there's
You know, in theory, you
10
could simply
2-gallon casks.
take the barrels up.
So there are 20 gallons of wine if you wish to take them.
Effective trade goods, and the barrels can be used for.
We're just gonna
Sure.
bottle some of that.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
now.
barrels?
Yeah,
Or you
yeah,
can just take all of them and put them in the.
How many
in the
carts?
yeah. That.
Oh right,
that's,
I'm going to like
that's
turn around
cool.
and explain. I have no idea what was going on with the rest of their wine. This is fine.
Odds
Is
are.
it?
It is. It's actually pretty decent. They're not bad winemakers.
Emron, you know plants and stuff pretty well, right? And
Out of
animals.
curiosity, and also for an excuse, Greta will also take a bit.
Almost as much as I know wine.
Just
It's like one
Okay.
but
Uh, let's go take a
but
look.
like
at
sour
this.
on purpose. Like
Let's
not
go
like-
take a look at this.
How
I'm
much?
gonna point out
How
the
many
all
barrels?
that
Or how many
fruit
casks?
growth's grown out
Yeah,
of it.
well, I was gonna get to that.
Yeah,
What did
sorry.
you say?
How many casks?
10 2-gallon casks,
That's.
which you can all easily load into the bag of holding.
The
Oh, yeah.
casks are like yay big.
Jeez.
Right?
Because they're 2 gallons.
Yeah.
That'll last
Those
them
are
around like a
really
month.
nice.
It's like 10 wooden milk jugs of
Yeah.
goblin wine.
That's fantastic. And like I said, those casks can be repurposed.
Additionally, there is kind of broken goblin armor that is in the process of being repaired. You can salvage an armorer's kit out of the supplies that we're using to fix the armor.
Ooh, that'd be useful.
Is there any that's actually?
Now, when you get to the south
No.
central chamber,
Ah.
when you get to the south central chamber, there is a diseased giant rat strapped spread eagle to a wooden bench. It has disgusting tumors that look both like wood and like fruit all over its body. Additionally, in the corner is a very fancy-looking crystal vial that contains an unusual, like, dark brown and green elixir.
Whenever you want to discern what that is,
Would you like to roll?
Kit,
Yes, you can. You can roll int plus your alchemist kit proficiency.
which is 4, right? Because it's proficient and plus proficient thing.
So 6 altogether with your int.
So can I roll?
If you would like to look at the rat, I would like a wisdom medicine check.
I got it. Yes.
That is
Wahaha.
12.
22.
12 and 22.
I think we're looking at different things though.
Okay, with your 22,
What did I correlate?
these like tumors and growths all over them are definitely created by some sort of magic. It's unusual. The growths almost look like parts of the twig blights. You look over the elixir, and the first thing you do is you smell it, and it smells something foul. You're also pretty sure.
Worse than the goblin wine.
You look over at the rat. The crystal vial next to it is like a thing. It looks like a tool they would use to almost like a
Eyedropper?
no.
Ivy.
You know how Native Americans invented a very primitive version of the syringe?
Yes.
It looks like one of those. I don't know what they're called, but they're basically like syringes. It looks like something they would put into the stopper and then shove it into the rat's mouth. So you are fairly certain that whatever is in here causes that.
So do I know if there's anything I can do for the rat?
You can.
Put it
Is
in.
it alive?
You're not. Oh yeah, it's alive.
So it's like a plant is growing out of the rat?
Yeah, it looks like a twig blight is growing out of it. Is what it looks like to Emerald. Would you like Krom with this information? Assuming you guys are all telling each other.
Yeah.
Okay. Krom, would you like to roll knowledge arcana or
Yes.
arcana?
24.
Yeah, I mean, you know that it looks like he is creating an elixir that's distilled like twig blight essence and is feeding it to the rats, maybe to give them some sort of twig blight trait of some kind. But it is just causing horrible pain and disease. And in fact, you're pretty sure that the giant white gross rat has like an early version of it. Might have been one of its test subjects that it was. And in fact, it's starting to dawn on you that all these rats might have this disease.
Gross. The fruit-like tumors growing in it, they literally look like fruits.
Well, yes.
Nothing else to do about it but take a dagger.
You're gonna cut the abscess out of them?
But do I know if I can help it?
Well, it depends on how you want to help it. Because if you try to cut the tumor out of it, it's almost certainly going to be in pain and die. If you would like to roll medicine to try to remove the abscess, it might not die. Do you want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a dagger or some other sort of
I have a
limited tool?
I have
scimitar.
I have a small
I
knife.
have daggers.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
It actually
borrow
is
a
marked as
dagger.
a small knife, so it's not a weapon.
Well, a healer's kit probably has a small blade of some kind.
Yeah.
Give me, I'm going to say wisdom plus medicine, or, you know what, I'm actually going to say dexterity plus medicine, because you're
Fine
attempting
work.
surgical, like a surgery. So,
Yeah.
Don't actually add to medicine. Can I use my healer's kit proficiency?
Oh, are you actually not proficient in medicine?
No.
Oh, okay, sorry, I thought you were.
I
then, would you like to try?
Sure.
Okay, because you need proficiency to attempt
Okay.
this. You can't attempt surgery.
I-
Right?
But I have my
Well, I
healer's
mean,
kit.
you could, but...
It's gonna be screaming
Anybody
and
can
dying.
force surgery on
I'm
trade.
proficient in healer's kit.
Okay, so...
You
That
said
is
Dex. Dex
Is
with
it?
medicine?
Oh, then I guess I did get it.
Are you sure you don't just have a healer's kit as part of your...
I got it for my background.
Yeah, that doesn't
Yeah,
mean
but
you're
if it's
proficient.
not
Yeah.
proficient.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
something
said
plus 9 is just...
Dex with medicine.
Interesting.
Yes, give me Dex plus Dex with medicine instead of the
Okey-dokey.
normal stat.
So that's plus 5.
But I was looking at the tools and kits and stuff, and it doesn't say like exactly what they're under.
Okay, because
It seems like they're a separate
well,
proficiency.
no, the reason that is because a healer's kit can be used by itself to stabilize someone, and then it says under medicine that you can use a healer's kit to do more with it.
I see.
Healer's kit is a proficiency that doesn't work like the rest of the proficiencies in the game because it can also be used untrained in a way that other kits can't. That's the reason it's like that. I know it's weird. What did you get?
21.
21? Okay. You take a knife, you put on your best German accent, and you tell people that you practice medicine. And you carve the tumorous flesh out of the rat. It screams horrible animal screams. In case you thought that wasn't going to happen. But are you removing one, or are you trying to remove all of them?
How many are there?
4. One of which is partially in his head.
We don't have anything that's like anesthesia, right?
I will non-lethal the rat.
Well, you have a healer's kit. You can, if someone
But get the
wants
rat
to
drunk,
heal this-
shit.
you can roll medicine to just try to knock it out before you do it, or to clean the wounds. Well, no, that can just be part of the healer's check. So,
Okay.
So I'm just asking, are you cutting out all the tumors?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, you cut out all the tumors and growths, and you attempt to fix it up as well as you can. I should note, the surgery like this is going to take an hour, so the rest of you can roll up a short rest.
I'll do a
if you
short
want
rest.
to.
I'm also
Why
gonna,
not? I do need a pair of hands.
I'm gonna short rest and also document this is happening. This is fascinating.
Okay.
And also the fireworm back there.
Short
It's
rest.
the long rest that gives spell slots.
Yeah.
It's a full
This
restore.
would let you roll hit dice if you'd like to restore some hit points that way. Additionally, Krom can get a single spell slot back from his arcane recovery treat.
Hit die.
For you, a hit dice is a d10 plus 2, and you would heal that much.
Okay, I'm full.
Oh, your con modifier adds to it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys rest. The rat looks better. You're not sure if it'll grow back, but it appears to, not be in as much pain.
Alright, that's as much as I can do. Think you can work your magic to where it won't just flat out attack us if we let it go? It's still a rat.
Can animal friendship be cast as a ritual? It can.
Yeah,
Can
they
it?
can.
Yeah, so then take one of your spell slots.
You want to cast animal
You
friendship on
don't
it?
speak with animals, I'm thinking of.
I'm pretty sure you can cast both as a ritual.
Dun, 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 dun.
And then we perform surgery on a rat.
A goblin performed successful surgery on a rat.
Yeah, size.
Additionally, while that is happening, check through the last
no,
two
I don't
chambers.
think I can do it as a ritual.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you let it go, it'll probably just leave.
Because stay out of,
it's not
stay out of its way,
With
stay
animals
away
is a
from its
ritual.
mouth, it
Yeah,
might
speak
still
with
be
animals
infected.
is.
Oh.
Okay.
So any way
But
to see if
animal
it's still
friendship isn't.
infected with whatever the hell they were putting into it?
You don't know. You're not sure. You're not. You would need the
This-
guy's research on it.
This
Best
thing
way is
could
to
still be
yeah,
totally
Well, we don't know where
infected.
those notes are.
This thing could still be infected with whatever they put into it.
Someone clearly far more clever than these goblins is documenting this research. We should find it.
So you're gonna leave it? You're gonna let it go? What?
I will ritual cast speak with animals so I can. Is it conscious or?
Yeah, it's conscious.
Maybe we can have
Okay,
pet
then I
rat.
Okay. While you were ritual
With
casting
infectious
that,
bites for enemies.
the
That's a
northeast
regular
chamber has. It seems like an extra weapon storage. It has 5 scimitars, 6 short bows, and 40 arrows.
Oh,
More
we're gonna need to pack all
scimitars.
that up.
5 scimitars, 4 short bows, and what?
6 short bows and 40 arrows.
6.
Yeah, I would probably just hand the bag over to you guys while I'm doing that thing. So I
And
think
just
you guys
throwing
find-
things in the bag.
Yeah.
I love bag of holding is real convenient. What's going to be real inconvenient is when 2 or 3 weeks from now Artificer comes out and he doesn't have it anymore,
It's gonna
and all the
be
items are
rough.
just going to fall on the ground. It's going to be like, I hate when this happens.
I hate when these things fall
No,
apart.
we don't get it until
Sending to a
I
fucking
don't get it
merchant.
until level
Give us a
3.
cart.
Oh.
We'll pay you when it gets here. Give us a cart.
Anyway, so you cast Speak with Animals. You have ritually cast it.
Saying hello. Are you feeling any better?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to probably let you go as long as you aren't going to attack.
Okay,
Okay.
let me go.
I'll let him go. I trust this rat.
Alright, you unhook him and it turns and runs. It stops before turning and running, and it says, thank you. Humanitry. Bad man.
Okay. Thank you.
What do the tumors look like?
You know,
They look like
Fruit
fruit.
and wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
They look like parts of twig blight and also parts of fruit.
Does identify magic also identify the nature of it, and or is it just tell you this is magical?
You mean detect
Identify-
magic?
Sorry.
Detect magic can determine a spell school if you focus on it long enough.
I'm going to share the rat's warning.
Okay.
I want to put the tumors in a bag. This is a arcane object.
This is a
That's
very
like what?
gross bag.
I pull. If any of you are interested, you could take them. I'm interested in
In
taking
the
some myself.
northeast chamber, the one with the weapons, there is a door leading further in.
I encourage your scientific pursuits.
Is that the only door leading
Master.
further in?
Yes.
Very disheartened if I did not take the chance.
Well, I assume we're gonna go. I want to look through the keyhole
Okay.
if I can. You want me to roll perception or?
No. You get up, you look through. It leads out into a hall, a gallery. Yeah, which leads to another chamber at the far end. However, that is where I'm going to call it this week. Next week, you will continue your search of the road level of the Sunless Citadel and stop the dreaded Belak from his weird rat tumor machinations.
Will the adventurers clear the tomb? Will they defeat the evil druid man? Find out next time in
Will they-
Adventurers Killed and Experimented on.
I thought you were gonna go Goblin and Eat.
Anyway,
Goblin, WMD.
Gee, I
Anyway.
wonder what will happen next week, guys.
you can find more of me on Twitter at Blights Camera Initiative because I speak for everyone. Everything I say is an absolute representation of what everyone else here feels and believes. And you can take that to the bank. David, where can they find you?
Artist David Harper on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.
Jesse?
Nowhere. Unavailable.
Caitlin?
You can find my Twitter, Gobbitses, below.
I'm not on social media.
Neither.
I am taking a hiatus from nothing.
Why can't the dice pumpkin hold on?
I have the internet.
You know, one day I'll ask and you'll have.
I will-
Caitlin said she didn't have any either.
I will have something.
I don't have
We hope you like this session. David, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Jesse, say goodbye.
Get out.
Caitlin, say goodbye. Rob, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Sid, say goodbye.
Eh.
Do it. And say goodbye.
Remember to say thank you to your doctors and tip your nurses.
Goodbye, everyone.